Lady Gamers Night presents the Sister Slay D&D. We are now here with episode 14, which is grandly titled, What Are We Whining For? I didn't turn off the audio on my own Twitch stream, so that's going to be weird. But we're here, and we're professionals. So, it's been 2 weeks since our last game. Hopefully we remember what we were up to the last time. You know how we are forgetful people.
We were going to get wine.
We're going to get wine, yes.
That's why I named the stream what it is.
Oh, here you go. Now my iPad's gonna go off. Give me just...
No!
How do I make it... It's just Siri, shut up. Okay, cool. We Gucci, fam. So I guess we'll just get right into it. We, are all, my dog's just gonna be my dog. But yeah, let's take it away.
Okay, so last time we played, y'all were in. You spent a lot of time speaking with Lady Marketov, who's running the bar, and you guys became best buddies overnight and chatted for a while. And the following morning, she pulled you in to speak with her husband, Erwin, where you all discussed potentially dethroning Strahd / getting Irina to the safety of Krezk, to the Abbey. Erwin kind of hinted that there may be forces ready to help you out if you decided that you did want to see if it was possible to take down the Devil Strahd. And he would provide safe passage to Krezk if you could just run the simple task of going to the Wizards of Wine winery and picking up some barrels for them to restock their village. The community that lives in Vallaki pretty much lives off of the wine. It is the true joy in their life. It's the one thing that keeps the Blue Water Inn so happy and thriving and keeps everyone's spirits up. So starting to run low puts the town at risk of falling further into depression and sadness, and making it easier for Strahd to come in and terrorize people. With that said, you all took a room for the evening. You stayed the night. You woke up the next morning rested, and Irina and Isaac are going to stay and talk to the burgomaster some more and talk business about potentially trying to either reclaim Barovia or let it be lost to Strahd, or figure out what they're going to do with their local leadership now that they're moving on. It is roughly, fairly early in the morning. You all wake up and can come downstairs for breakfast. What would you like to do?
All right. And I remember we had gotten all of our supplies and stuff pretty much before, right? So
Correct.
I think we did, yeah.
Okay. That's like, I know it was literally just 2 weeks ago, but a lot has happened.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think once we want to get on the road, like, as soon as possible, because this is Barovia.
Burning daylight.
Yeah, literally burning daylight. So I think once we, like, get breakfast, we're just gonna off to see the wizard.
Yeah, like, I'll just grab, like, a couple fruits and stuff and then be on my way.
Jayas will obviously grab a baguette, because, like...
Yeah.
Never know. You never know.
Per the usual.
Per usual.
E will get one more baguette to stow away just in case.
For when I run out.
Thanks,
Mom.
Yeah. Always.
All right. So with that, you're all ready to move out? Kind of spend the morning just getting breakfast, getting all your supplies together?
Just gonna get my travel mug with some nice hot herbal tea, and I'm good to go.
So as Erwin mentioned, there is a caravan outside that is ready to roll with you all the way to the winery. It should take about 6 hours of travel, so you should still get there during the day. With that, you all begin to set out. And as you all are traveling through Barovia, let me if I can move y'all back.
I'm
to
excited.
our
Just kidding.
overland map. It's gonna
Oh,
be
no,
fine.
okay.
Why are you upset? It's gonna be fine. Everything's
Barovia's
wonderful.
fine. Barovia's good. Look, the sun could shine if it tried.
We believe in you, son.
I think I also touched a cat. No, my allergies
Yeah,
are.
I was gonna say I touched our cat at some point today, and now my eyes are like super itchy and watery. So
Oh my god, our
you're
drawings
missing
are
me
still.
sometimes.
That's just me from the
Still
pollen.
there.
I hate the lasers.
I'm looking at the thing and it's still there.
Yep, that looks like Barovia, all right.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like.
All right. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Perfect. So, you all
Name
begin
him.
traveling. So you're leaving from Valaki, which is here.
Right.
Which I was gonna say that ping may or may not show up on stream
It's
because this is a
dark.
big ass map.
See,
And you begin traveling through these woods over the bridge. And right.
Where's the
in
winery?
So the winery is all the way down here.
Okay.
that's not that far.
Yeah, it's not that far. It's only I did the math. It's like 5 or 6 miles, something like that.
I did not see the ping.
It's
All
that
the way on
far
the left.
away. Mm-hmm. So
Oh,
as
left.
you make your way over the
Here.
Oh, I see.
as you make your way over the bridge, you're kind of coming through the woods, and right about in the middle of the forest, you notice that the tree cover gets very thick and dark, and you can see the sunlight trying to like fight its way through the leaves, through the clouds, through everything else to try and light your path. But it's gotten a little dark. I'd like everyone to roll a perception check, please. And for those of you that have dice at home, you can do that now. For those of you who would like to roll with Roll20, you can do that too.
Wait,
About the real dice.
what do we add? If we're.
It will be on your.
Oh, okay.
On your sheet.
Yeah, perception for.
Like
your
mine has a
character
3
sheet.
next to it, so perception for 3.
This is so exciting, I can't even get it open. Just kidding, it rolled
Like
off
your
the
wand.
desk.
Roll.
You
You
would
gotta get
think.
one of those wooden.
Would it make it easier if
pictures
I, like,
rolled.
type it in?
Well, there you go.
Okay.
You would think that I would do better with perception, but I never do well. And
I
I have plus 7.
I perceive nothing. I got plus nothing because it's wisdom and I'm dumb. Well, I'm not wise, I should say.
So as you're all wandering through, Janago, with your low light vision for your tiefling abilities, and given that you're just kind of being more alert, you're sitting towards the front of the caravan, keeping an eye out. You start to hear rustling along the sides of the road, and as you do, 11 twig blights pop up and start to attack
Oh,
the
the
caravan
twig.
immediately. They start to claw at the kind of the caravans on the side, trying to pull it apart. I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please. Janaga, you do have advantage on your initiative roll because you saw them.
Okay. So initiative. So for my initiative, it says 3, so that's just plus 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Twig like love us guys.
Yeah, they do.
So, you're cute to me.
I'm getting there. I was just looking up because I have Mask of the Wild. If I could hide.
I don't like these dice. Where are my other dice?
Mask of the Wild sounds like a combo of 2 good Zelda.
I was gonna say,
games.
are we
Majora's
talking
Mask
Zelda?
of the Wild.
I love Mask of the Wild.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I'm trying to get my heavy dice out.
So they can have a good, pleasing sound.
Yeah, well, I don't know, it just feels weird not rolling like something else.
Yeah. Let me roll the dice. Oh, I broke my keyboard.
My keyboard is
Yeah,
tucked away.
I was gonna say y'all couldn't see it earlier, but I moved some things to make room for this today, and I'm trying to set. I'm testing the idea of having a dice cam so you can see what dice I'm
Oh.
rolling on like a
Oh,
upload
that's
to
cool.
YouTube or something.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see
But
these.
by
Look how pretty they are.
Oh, those are pretty.
they are
They're
pretty.
metal.
I love the metallic colors.
So that's why I want to use them so bad.
Mm.
So when I set this up, I knocked over my DM screen, which also sent all of my dice like teetering towards the ends of my desk. And next to my desk is an abyss of junk. So if anything would have fallen down there, goodbye forever, dice.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Sorry about it.
That's my room, but it's all cosplay materials.
Farewell.
Okay, so it looks like the twig blights are going first with a natural 20.
Great.
Meh. Of course they did.
The twig blades.
All right, and there's 11 of these kids. Cool.
It's okay. We're gonna fuck 'em up.
Wait, what? Oh man.
Yep.
What? 11?
Yep.
This one goes to 11.
Additionally, and Janaga, you're the only person that's noticed this.
Yeah.
Off to the side of the road, deeper into the woods, appears to be a humanoid figure clutching a gnarled old staff with antlers on its head. You're the only
Of
one that
course.
sees it, though.
Oh.
So for the first round of combat, 6 of the twig blights are going to be tearing at the caravan, which means 5 are going to take their time to attack you guys. So let's see, 2 are going to attack Amelia.
No.
None of them hit though.
Nice.
And then 1 tries to attack E. Does not hit. And the last one is going to take 2 of them are going to take strikes at Jayaz. One of them finally connects and is going to use its claws to do some damage here.
No, they're not.
Of course they hit her. Of course they do.
You suffer 4 points of piercing damage as its claws poke up from the outside of the caravan and make its way through a flap and kind of get your back a little bit. You just kind of go, "What the fuck?" and lean forward, like away from the wall.
That sounds about right.
Raiders Rejects, thank you for the 100 bits.
Yes, thank you.
What? Thank you so much.
How much damage was it?
Never
I'm
did
sorry.
it.
4 points of slashing damage.
Oh, math. Okay.
Not much.
I'm gonna just, as I go back to, I'm just gonna lock eyes like this one. I'm gonna make
Going down.
a bushel of sticks.
You know what? I'm gonna do something a little different. Because this is the first time I think we've ever had bits donated during the show, or at least it's only ever happened once before if it has. I'm gonna say for 100 bits, someone in the party gets a potion. So
JS can have it. Give it to
like I said, so
JS.
some person can get a potion of cure light wounds and hold on to that for when you're
Can we
ready.
say, as I got hit and was flew back, I looked on the ground and it was like, oh.
Ooh,
Oh,
Spartan.
somebody.
You just happened to look under the bench where you were sitting and like, oh, healing
Heck
potion.
yeah.
How handy.
Cure light wounds. Great. I'll hold on to this for later. You know, Josh, she just collects things.
Exactly. With that said, Amelia, it is now your turn. What to do?
Attacking the caravan too?
Yeah, the twig blights are all attacking the caravan. They're all still on the outside, so you would have to exit the caravan in order to take attacks at it.
Jump out of it?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And then I'm going to dagger.
22 hits and a 10 hits. Actually, hold on, let me double check that 10. I believe it does. Oh yeah, that hits just fine.
They're weak.
And with that, one dagger goes and shears the head clear off of one of the twig blights. The other one just impacts its sternum and just shatters it apart, and it falls over dead. So 2 of the twig blights immediately fall to your daggers.
Nice.
There were 4 of them.
There's
There's now 2.
I would say there's 11 out there in total. The side that you hopped out onto, we'll say there was 4 over there. So 2 of them have now dead.
Kind of picture in my head.
So imagine that you're in like a topped caravan.
Yeah.
The back is open, and the twig blights have amassed on either side.
Ah,
they're-
okay.
On one
Okay, it's a
side,
Van Helsing moment. Then.
yeah, about 6 on the other right now.
Just realized I didn't
And
have
then the,
scrap paper. There were
The druid that
11.
you saw, or I'm sorry, the figure that you saw,
Did you just get something?
the figure that you saw with antlers on its head and clutching a gnarled staff.
I mean, what else would it be?
Further in the tree line, about 20 feet to the right of the caravan into the woods.
Yeah, I'm still keeping an eye on him.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will use... You know, I'm going to use my daggers, too.
Okay. Go ahead and make your rolls.
Rolls.
Okay.
So the 14 does not hit, however, the definitely does. Go ahead and roll
Definitely.
damage. All right. So, wait, I'm sorry. This was at the twig blights or the?
At the twig blades, not the...
Oh, the twig blights. Yeah, hit
100%.
just fine. You
Yeah.
demolish. Yeah, the one that took the 7 points of damage. Again, dagger just pierces straight into it and falls over. Go ahead and roll damage for the other one as well.
Ooh,
All right.
that's-
Yep, that one hits as well. The dagger for this one manages to sever so hard that it actually splits down the middle and goes and falls into pieces. And splinters kind of pop out the middle.
I got firewood for tonight.
Yep.
What did I'm gonna make a bundle of
And I
sticks.
go back into position as the lookout with my headlights, my eyes going.
Okay. Jayaz, you're up. What would you like to do?
All right. So the one that hit me obviously is the one that's gonna get fucked up. So I guess it's still pretty close to me since it hit me, right?
Yeah, there's basically the canvas caravan between the two of you. This one managed to kind of swipe underneath and take a claw at you.
All right. So I'm gonna. It's the determining factor if I'm using Lego Yas or not. So
Right.
I'm gonna use my shorties, and then,
Okay.
so now that we figured this out, so I'm just gonna take two swipey swipes, which I think I get bonus to the attack, but not the damage on the second one. Is that what we figured? Okay.
Correct. I will double check, but yes, I believe that's
Alright,
it.
so I'll
Go ahead and
roll
roll
them
your
first.
attacks. All right. Both of those hit regardless. So go ahead and
Alright.
roll your
So I'll
damage.
roll damage on one, and then the second one. Boop, boop, boop. What's the?
Just go ahead and do normal damage. I can mouth.
Okay, and then we could just
Yeah.
delete or
bonus damage.
minus the.
Okay, so you return with your shorties out and you stab into the opening between the canvas and the bench, and you see the fucker that's got a claw into you. It's got a little bit of blood still in its claws. Shorty straight to the face, just top half, shunk, shears off completely. The other one, because you hadn't really had a good opportunity to see, you thrust down into the gap and you manage to draw back, and you can feel it connect with the body of another twig blight.
Okay.
However, it pulls back and just kind of grazes them lightly.
Okay. And I'm just gonna glare towards the. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Bleed my bloodline.
Other than
Everyone makes me bleed my own blood.
Okay. It is now your turn.
So where are they?
So there are 5 twig blights still on the left side of the caravan. The twig blights on the
Okay.
right are completely destroyed by the rogues.
Okay. So let me see. I really don't want to use any spells to these guys. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to. I'm gonna.
Still have the crossbow,
Oh
right?
wait, actually, I can because I have a really useful cantrip for this. I'm gonna actually thunderclap them because it's
Oh.
Do it. Do it.
Are
And
any of us
because I'm
around
now-
though?
Are we
I like to think you
Around
went in the
her?
front and we're all behind you.
okay? I'll
'Cause
probably.
I have to be out there
like,
as a lookout.
I'm gonna do a thing, you guys. I'm gonna do a
Oh
thing.
goodness.
So Thunderwave. It says that now that I'm sorry, Thunderclap.
Mhm.
Now that I'm level 5, I get to do rather than 1d6 is 2d6. So
Correct.
let me see. And I'm just gonna roll the dice because it's not gonna transfer over. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
All
11.
right. 11 points of damage. Let me roll some Constitution saving
they
throws
get-
for these folks.
Yeah.
What is your spell DC? Do you know? It should be on your spellcasting area. When you open up the spell, it should tell you what the save is.
14.
14. Okay, yeah, I don't expect it. Gonna
Okay, so they take full
Too much of a
damage and they
problem
get
here.
knocked back. I don't know if they get knocked back on this. Yeah, it's different than my other thunder spell.
Okay. Doesn't matter because you basically come out the
Made
back of
mulch.
the caravan. You turn around, your cloak slightly billowing behind you. You just go boom, and in front of you, the 5 remaining twig blights just go and just explode into campfire, like into kindling. They're just gone.
Wow.
The loud crack and echo of the thunder echoes between the trees and almost comes back to you.
When our druid is our DPS.
Mhm.
Right. Oh yeah.
I don't game. What is that?
Damage per second.
Yeah.
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
You're fucking things up and taking names.
Oh, okay. Forgive me, geeky gamer people.
There's some things even I don't know.
Hey,
I'm old.
I know what an NPC is.
I'm proud of you.
Fun.
I learned that the other day. I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh my god.
I actually have. Hey, that's a new term to me. New term. So,
Yeah.
It's okay. We
yeah,
still
so
love you.
anyway, so sure, I'll gladly take on that role.
All right. So as the thunderclap dismisses the twig blights, let's see. A gout of flame emerges from the tree line. How far? Oh, up to 30 feet. Yeah, perfect. So a gout of flame erupts from the tree line and targets Janaga. I need you to go ahead and roll a. Oh, I roll a ranged attack. Haha. Got it.
I'm ready.
So the flame just kind of comes out. It doesn't even reach you. It's not even far enough. It just goes and just kind of stops about 5 feet short. You're just kind of looking around like, I see you.
Yeah. Like, good job. Way to put yourself out in the open right now. I was letting you go because you look like a slow little old humanoid man.
Did it come from behind the caravan, the right or the left, or?
So from your position, it would have come from the opposite side of the caravan.
So I wouldn't have even seen it.
You probably would have seen it
Hear me
given how dark
clapping.
given how dark the forest is right now. You definitely would have seen like
Oh.
some kind of light.
A
You just
light.
don't necessarily know that it was maybe an attack. So you definitely
Right.
saw something. You just don't know if it's aggressive.
Okay.
However, it is Amelia's turn, who is standing right next to Janaga. So
Yeah.
odds
you
are good
must
you
have
saw
seen
what
that.
it was.
Like dark vision though, guys. Like I could just run into the forest and not know where the fuck I'm going.
It's still
About
light
that.
enough that you can see about 30 feet into see the character just there with its hands outstretched, a little bit of smoke still trailing off, and a look of oh shit on its face.
Must suck not to have dark vision.
I mean, for future reference, if Amelia is ever willing, I can actually cast dark vision on her, but she has to be a willing. So
And you have to touch her, so.
yeah,
Come on, it's cool. Do it. You're pressuring you into it.
All the cool kids are doing
All the
it.
cool kids are doing dark vision.
All the cool rogues are doing it. Come on.
All the cool rogues have dark vision.
I will say, unfortunately for her, I didn't prepare it today.
Doesn't matter because she's got eagle eyes and manages to land
Yeah.
a shot through the trees in the dark. Does not matter. Go ahead and roll damage for your short bow. Perfect. 4 points piercing damage. Okay. So as you send your crossbow bolt firing into the woods, the creature tries to duck behind tree cover, but it's too late. It manages to catch its outstretched arm still pulling back from its flame and pierces, a good portion of what appears to be almost like bark-like skin on the outside.
We can
as
hear him
it-
groan.
so as it kind of cuts across, you can see crimson begin to drop from the wound. You definitely did draw blood. Janaga, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
There's no more twig blights in front of us.
Nope, twig blights have been obliterated.
They've been obliterated. Okay.
Caravan is secure.
Murdered them.
Murder.
Yeah.
Murder.
I'll use my short bow on our little friend who's trying to hide from us.
Okay,
Oh,
23 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
9.
9 points piercing. Okay. So,
I want your horns, dude.
You
have
have
something with
horns.
them.
phrasing,
Don't you have
maybe?
horns?
I can have 2 sets of horns.
Do I make you
Or I
horny,
can make-
baby?
I can make Erendel a nice set of horns.
So I'm imagining that this is happening at the same time. You and Amelia are basically just standing side by side, crossbows extended. You fire your bolts at the same time. To, slice the arm, does some damage. However, this one lands center mass and just pierces through the torso of the creature. You can see again bark kind of splintering away from the outside of where the wound impacted, and it continues to drive through into its meaty center.
Oh, meaty.
Meaty
Badass rogue
center.
movie
Center.
coming soon.
We eating good tonight, boys.
I'm not eating a person.
You don't know if it's a person.
You don't know that yet.
That's how you become a Wendigo.
In Barovia, anything is possible.
Yeah.
In Barovia, everything is a food.
Everything is edible.
Probably.
That's why
Spoiler
for
alert.
me,
Don't eat.
seeing
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's why like me seeing him, I was like, oh, he could be just like a friendly little old man. But then I'm like, wait, where we are?
Ouch.
No.
He's trying to say hello.
With
No.
a fireball.
Definitely not a little old man. Jayaz, it is now your turn.
All right.
You are still inside of the caravan. You saw a flash from outside, but you don't really know what it was.
So I didn't see them fire at this guy.
No, but you definitely heard the sound of their
Okay.
crossbows.
Okay.
It's a sound that's familiar to you.
So I'm gonna know something's going on. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
pop out of the caravan, and
Okay.
if I can, like, I guess, kind of stand where the driver would stand for like more of a advantage, like a
Yeah, so like standing on the front of
yeah,
the
like to
caravan,
get sight
from a vantage
lines.
point.
So I'll see, like, I'll look to see where they are, like the direction they're pointed, and I'm gonna pull out Lego Yas and be like, oh boy, here we go.
Yep. So you look into the tree line and you see, you follow their line of sight from to, and you see shapes moving in the darkness, big antlers attached to a head, gnarled staff in front of it, kind of long fingers, a little weird, but robes that look very blue and, or not blue, very brown and orange in color
Mhm.
to help blend in.
Yeah.
Go ahead and you're gonna take a
I
shot.
don't
with
know
your
what
bow?
you're
Yep. I'm gonna go Lego Yassing. I'm gonna be like, oh,
Go ahead,
all
Mom.
right, let me just real quick before I do that.
Uh,
Are you checking your longbow to see how far?
No. Wait. I was looking at Hunter's Prey, but when I click on it, it says Horde Breaker.
Oh yeah, so you have an ability where if you take a shot at creatures that are standing next to each other, you basically get a free attack on the one
Yeah,
next
that's
to it.
Wordbreaker. But where is my? I was trying to look.
Are you talking about your archer?
No,
or-
Hunter's Prey.
I thought you were looking for the thorns thing. I'm like, that could probably work.
So
Oh, here.
Hunter's Prey has different options. You chose Horde.
Oh, I was
That
I
is-
was talking
that is your
about
prey.
Hunter's Mark. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark, different thing. If I can tell you a secret, don't waste it on this one.
Okay. Never mind. There's just like a thing. Oh, hey, something. A creature spoke from beyond and warned me not to do it. All right, so then I'm just gonna use Lego Yas.
15? Alright, go ahead and roll damage. That hits.
You sound like a random dog spirit that
I do.
follows you.
6 points. So you stand, you hold your bow, you knock an arrow, you pull back, and let it fly. And it sails through the trees, connects beautifully with the shoulder. The creature is stumbling back now, grievously wounded. 3 attacks that it's suffered so far. And it is in rough shape.
Good.
E, it is now your turn.
I mean, I'm on the other side of the caravan.
You are, but you got movement. You can
You can
get
move.
within. I don't know if
Oh,
you'll be able to
that's
get
right.
up close and personal with him, but you can definitely get a line of sight.
Okay, so I'll just go to the other side of the caravan and I'll try my crossbow. And it's just a little hand crossbow. It's not anything.
It's
So
fine.
you draw your crossbow. Take a shot.
What die do I do?
So D20 first to see if you
Okay.
hit.
Oh yeah, I gotta use
See
my
what your
dice.
proficiency is. Let me look up because you get a bonus to your attack there. So let's see. Let me look at your character sheet.
I'm not complaining. I'm asking why.
Because you have proficiency with that weapon.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
if you look, okay, so if you look on your D&D Beyond character sheet, it's a short bow. You have a +4 to hit, so that 17 plus 4 is a 21.
Holy
And then for your damage die, you roll a 1d6, and we add your dexterity modifier to that, which is so 1d6 plus 1 point of damage.
3.
So 3 points of damage overall. The hand crossbow is a little bit smaller, so you make your fire. It goes because the bolts are smaller. It doesn't impact very hard. You hear it kind of connect with bark. And you see it connect with the creature, but this one doesn't pierce, but it kind of bubbles back like it's a severe impact, and you can
Mhm.
probably
Okay,
tell that
come
there's
here.
a little bit of bruising going on, probably.
Okay.
Stop.
What
Uh,
other weapons do I
Hey!
have proficiency with?
If you look on your proficiency
Come here.
things that you proficient with.
I did not hear you. Hold
Yeah, you
on.
kind of cut out a bit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, on your D&D Beyond character sheet under feat
Okay.
proficiency, it'll show you all the things that
Stop.
you're proficient with.
Here.
Did anybody else hear what he said? Oh, I see proficiencies.
Yeah, is it
Oh,
Discord
yay.
that's cutting out, or is it the mic?
It's probably Discord.
It was probably Discord.
Oh,
I get
it's
it.
Discord.
Thank
Okay.
you. Okay, cool. Yes, awesome. All right, now I know.
Okay.
And so I get +4 with all of those things.
Yeah, with anything that you're proficient in, because you'll add your proficiency modifier and then whatever your dex.
So, wow.
Yeah,
WoW's a different game.
I'm gonna cut you.
I'm
That's what your
badass.
mom's about to go play, I think.
Oh, okay. Bye, Mom. Enjoy your guild
Oh, wait,
running.
she'll go at 6.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a comment.
All right, so it is now the druid's turn. It is beyond royally effed up, so it is going to. You hear some guttural chanting from it. It touches itself, and its legs start to pick it up and carry it deeper into the woods. So it starts to go at a run straight in, and it moves about 40 feet beyond the tree line, hobbling but still making its way pretty quickly through. It is now
60
Amelia's
feet
turn.
away? Is he like 60 feet away now?
It's about 50 feet because it was 20 in from the tree line.
Okay.
He's moved, what, 30, 40? So 60
Okay.
feet, yeah.
Okay, so I want to move my total.
Okay, so you move into the tree line after it.
Yeah. Him again.
Okay.
He's still far enough away from Jorpo, right?
Yeah. Your short bow, let me pull the range on this, but yeah, 80 feet, he's well within. So 17, that connects. Go ahead and roll damage. 5 points of piercing. So that is enough to take him out. What would you how would you like to do that?
Okay, so I see this like whole creepy thing going on. And like he's already throwing a fireball at us and now he's trying to run away.
Yeah.
Now. So I just break off into the wood and as I'm running I just still have my short bow out. So I'm like, boom.
So it takes flight, lands center mass right between the shoulder blades, and it goes and it falls over flat. Just lying on the ground.
Oops.
Oops.
So he's down. What happens next?
We're gonna go check that body out and see what we
Yeah.
can't scrap from it.
Okay.
Yeah, it would look great in those robes.
Should someone stay with the caravan?
I am gonna go into the woods because I know that I can use Mask of the Wild.
Caravan.
I'll stay with the caravan.
Okay.
Yeah, Jayos cares not about the caravan.
I'm like the lookout with like the
She
headlight
doesn't
eyes. I
care a
can see
bit
things.
about the caravan.
Hey.
Hey.
So
These jokes and more. Quality gaming on the Lady Gamers
D
Night
and dad
channel.
jokes coming.
Yeah, hashtag D and dad jokes.
I'd like to tell you all about our new book that's coming out this summer. Published directly to Amazon. No publisher, no editor in between. Collection of all of our D and
no,
dad.
you guys we put a book together.
Yeah.
Actually, we
That's
could
what I did,
totally
a book of D and dad
we
jokes.
could e-publish that. 99 cents a copy.
Oh man.
We're gonna talk about this later because I feel like it might be a thing that we could do.
My favorite one so far has probably been the Bard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
good.
know.
Just
Yeah.
the comments on that were like, oh my god.
It was pretty good.
Okay, so you all make your way into the woods deeper and deeper, moving away from what light is shining through the main. You approach the body, and as you do, you start rifling through, and it is definitely a humanoid figure. Let me see if I have a picture of one of these guys, because they're kind of cool looking.
Yeah, I can get rid of
While
the
you
twig.
look for that, thanks for the bits, Lion Dun or Duist. I hope I said her name right.
Ooh.
How many?
101. He said,
One.
I enjoy
Yeah.
puns.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yay! Oh,
Keep them coming.
sign up. Follow us on Twitter. There's quality
Qual-
content.
qual-
I mean, it's definitely of a quality.
It is a quality that may or may not be FDA approved.
Oh, they're great. Come on.
They're the best. Don't even.
Don't even kid yourself. They make me happy.
You
when I
understand
see
the
them.
wit that it takes to come up with these? I'm just
I
kidding.
imagine
Knowledge of D&D was so-
every morning Adrian's sitting there with a cup of coffee watching the chickens and she's like, what will today's D and dad joke be?
That's not too.
How can I combine
I love
dad
it so
humor with D&D humor? I got your number.
My God. These I don't know why. Why?
What? Oh.
How did she get stuck with us?
Oh,
So,
it's
on
the
the
best
body,
thing that ever happened to you.
So we got no
on the
picture.
body, you find 13 silver pieces.
Okay.
Did you find a picture of him or no?
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
Okay.
41 copper pieces, a ritual dagger
Ooh.
with a wooden handle,
Mm-hmm.
and with the sound of bits falling from the sky onto your ears.
Like what?
Discover one potion of healing as well.
Is this gonna be a thing? Because I will make sure we get all the bits if every time we get a
I-
potion of healing.
I've always said I wanted to kind of create a Hunger Games style kind of thing
Yes.
where it's like you sponsor and this little parachute comes dropping in and gives you like the antidote that you need to your poison that's gonna kill you because you got stung by a shit ton of bees.
Please, we
Aw.
spent 2
Did you see
hours
those?
trying to get potions before.
Yeah.
We need it.
Awesome.
Okay, so that ritual dagger I am taking to go with my other ritual dagger.
Is anybody keeping the books?
Say that.
Charlie,
Say it again, Adam. I didn't grab the book in time.
13 silver,
It was 13 silver pieces,
40
41
copper?
pieces. Yeah, 41.
41.
One ritual dagger, and then
And
Yeah.
potion of cure wounds.
I think that's 2 daggers now we have that are.
That's why I took it.
Janaga, you want that potion? I think you've got the
Sure.
lowest hit points of all of us
I'm
by far.
just waving to you back here. Yes.
And
Oh, okay.
there is one more thing of interest. The rest of you kind of pass over it. However, E bends down and picks up what looks like this brown little satchel that appeared to be empty at first, but actually contains 4 or 5 small. Go ahead and roll a nature check.
Has snakes in it? What?
Seeds.
Woo!
Next on the
Seeds.
plane.
Seeds.
Next on the plane. Oh.
Natural 20. All right.
Ah!
So, as you pour
They're
the seeds
seeds.
out
Of
onto
course
your
I know what they
hands,
are.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have emotes for this. I'm just not used to finding
Uh,
them on the iPad.
So, as you are examining them, as soon as they touch your hand, you recoil a little bit. These seeds are filled with corrupted, dark nature. They look like what should be sapling seeds to start small trees. However, these have been twisted and corrupted and have turned dark. You immediately can tell that if you were to plant these, within a single day, they would sprout into twig blights, and can
Okay.
only be controlled by a druid with a Golthus staff.
Okay, does he have one?
He does
have
not.
it.
Oh, that-
Oh, I thought you did.
Oh.
Okay.
His
I was gonna
staff just appears
say.
to be a normal one.
Okay.
What does he look like? Is he human?
He's humanoid. The features are a little bit more human. Longer face, narrower cheekbones. Has the longer ears. The antlers are growing right from here in big branches. But the features are also corrupted and kind of twisted. The hands have almost started turning into claws. The body is covered with almost like a bark-like texture. Yeah.
Would you say it has bark skin?
Okay. So I'm definitely.
Alright.
I am gonna pocket these. I am gonna hold on to them.
Okay. So you put them back into the leather pouch. 5 corrupted twig blight seeds.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And you all head back to the caravan.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't sense anyone else around him.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Hey, hold on.
Oh dang.
Getting all the good rolls today.
I can
For
get back to
whenever
my-
it's not useful. I mean, it's
Yeah.
useful.
All right. So you listen intently, trying to discern if there's any other creatures around, and you hear some fluttering in the trees, which sound like birds. You do notice a couple ravens above. However, there doesn't appear to be any other threats in the nearby vicinity.
Hmm.
And I spread the word. I think that's all that we have to deal with here. Let's get back to the caravan, if that's good with everybody else. I think we should.
I'm lonely. Come back.
Janaga's just sitting there like
Nobody-
twiddling her thumbs.
I'm just sitting on top, like Indian style, just looking around.
Alright, I'm gonna
Whenever we get back, Oh,
Oh, I
sorry.
was just gonna say J-House is gonna have a victory piece of baguette on the way back.
Victory
How much do you have
baguette.
left?
It was a fresh one. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't take an opportunity to find the baker yet in Valaki. We did talk about
We
that.
talked about, but then wine was mentioned, and you know.
I'm gonna hand this healing potion to Janaga.
Yay!
Here you go. I'm gonna pat her on the head
Yeah.
because she's very small.
Okay. So you all pile back to the caravan and you begin your trek again. And let's see here. Within another hour or two, time goes by. The trip is relatively uneventful. You keep an eye out and you notice, shadows in the woods, but you're not sure if it's the trick of the light, your eyes playing tricks on you, or if there's actually something following you.
Mm.
But you do stop a couple times to check things out, take a little break, stretch your legs, get some water, snacks, and that kind of stuff.
Use the bathroom.
Yep, and everything goes fine. As you reach this midpoint here, you do see a sign pointing towards Wizard of Wines.
Yeah.
Areas of Barovia. There's a section.
I like that wheel scroll.
That's like gaming wheel.
All right. So after about half a mile down this road, it starts to become a muddy trail that kind of meanders through the woods, descending gradually until the trees part, which reveal a mist-shrouded meadow. The trail here splits. One branch heads west into the valley, and the other leads south into dark woods. A wooden signpost at the intersection points west and reads Vineyard. I'm assuming y'all travel towards the vineyard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you start to make your way down this lightly muddied path, a light drizzle begins. Unpainted fences blindly follow along the trail, which skirts north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south towards a stately building. The fog takes on ghostly forms as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevine. Here and there, you see rope-hurdled half barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees. A man wearing a dark cloak and a cowl stands at the edge of the tree line, beckoning to you.
I'm sure this is fine.
Do you stop?
Can we go top speed and just run them over?
I'll stop.
Yeah, can I see if I could, get a good read on him before we approach him?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
Does he look like a creeper? Not bad for me.
So, he appears to be either injured or old. You can't really tell because it's the cloak that he's wearing.
Porque no los dos.
However, his stature definitely does not appear to be threatening
Okay.
at any type. You don't notice any bulges that would be concealing weapons or anything like that.
Great. So yeah, then I'll approach him with the E.
Okay. So as you approach, he beckons you over, and more figures start to come from the tree lines. On the side of your caravan, now seems like a good time to mention, is actually the logo for the Blue Water Inn kind of embossed into it. And an older man comes forward
It's
and he looks at you. And he look like this man.
Oh, that's who we were looking for.
Yay! Okay.
Whew, alright. This could have gone awful.
Awesome looking.
Is that the genie lamp? What is it?
told us this is who he is yet, guys. Let's
I was gonna say, maybe he likes to collect shiny things. Don't judge him.
I want to be him when I grow up.
He's so cool.
Barefoot?
Barefoot and old.
Oh, that is something that I never added, but E is always barefoot. She does not wear shoes.
Yes, I'm
Ah, okay.
for.
I'll keep that in mind.
But incredibly, she's always clean.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
magic.
so
After every step, you scrub your feet.
So Davian flags you down, and he kind of warns you. He's like, "You there, halt! Where you come from, Valaki? Yes,
maybe. Who are you?
you must be the adventurers that my son sent word about. I believe you're here to recover some wine. Yes."
Who are you?
My name is Davian Martikov. I believe you were supposed to see me because my son can't come by himself.
Name sounds familiar.
How did you get word before we even got here? We've been on the same road.
He looks up and there's some ravens circling above. Have my ways.
So I hand him the letter, I guess.
He takes it, he opens it, and he's kind of like, ha! 12 barrels of wine. I've told him before, we've been assailed by druids and by all manner of evil folk lately. We haven't been able to return to the winery in weeks at this point.
I'm sorry, you're saying there's no wine?
He kind of counts to himself. He's like, there
I don't know what happened
should
to
be
her.
there should be some barrels that should be in the loading dock where we would have the horses come and carry stuff away, and there's probably some still in the cellar as well. And there's definitely loose bottles about, but I definitely
But
don't think there's 12.
so
The look on your face.
Jayos is gonna like clutch her heart and be like, "This is like the only winery in Barovia, and you're telling me there's no more wine?"
You hear loose bottles, and you're like, oh.
Tell her that.
The wine that we do have, what's left is still there, but we haven't been able to go back.
How druids? How many?
I don't know. It's not so much the druids, but their pesky tree ents that they have everywhere. They keep assailing me and my family. And he gestures to the people around him.
And
They're tiny. You kind of get the feeling that he's talking about twig blights.
oh, okay.
Just the sheer number of them.
I was gonna say that's not what I understood and
Yeah.
to be, but okay. I was gonna say we're not going.
One of those already. One of those. So it's more than one.
You're welcome to go try and get it. It's there.
I'm gonna turn to the girls and be like, "This is the most important mission we've ever had. We need to save this winery.
Jesus Christ.
Forget the rest of what's going on."
Because E knows that it's dark druids, she's without question going because she definitely feels like she's called to banish this kind of stuff. So
Evil?
she's definitely evil like a dark druid because that's exactly the opposite of what she does, which is good nature.
Actual nature instead of this corrupted
Yeah.
bastardization of taking care of the...
I mean, it's so abhorrent to her that it's just like it's like animal testing, So in modern day stuff like trying to cross species and grow things in test tubes, that's how it is in Eve's mind, and it's just disgusting because it's unnatural.
Some
Right.
island of
Yeah,
Dr.
I'm gonna go.
Moreau kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, and so E is definitely gonna go and take down whatever's in her.
And where E goes, Jayos goes. Because
Why are you attacking the winery?
What was the question?
The winery.
What about
So
the
why
winery?
are they
attacking it?
Oh, why are they attacking the winery? Okay. Davian kind of contemplates for a minute. He's like,
Robots, yay!
Please hold.
I'm not getting robots from you guys today.
All right, testing. How does that sound?
That's better.
You're good.
Sweet. Okay. So Davian kind of contemplates for a moment, holding the letter, looking the group up and down. He's like, since you are all seasoned adventurers and you're here to recover, unfortunately, what probably not going to be that easy to get anymore, I suppose I can tell you. There is a reason that we are called the Wizard of Wines. My family inherited this winery through marriage many, many years ago. The winery was started by a wizard before this place was dark, before this place became Barovia. And 3 gems of power were buried with the grapes to always ensure bountiful harvests. When Strahd came to these lands and they became the dark, twisted space that they are, the gems have protected the winery. They kept the crop healthy. It's the only place where anything seems to grow here. Unfortunately, my dolt of a son, Erwin, who now runs the Blue Water Inn, was not paying attention one night when he was supposed to be keeping an eye out, and one of the gems has gone missing. I believe that he knows who stole it. 3 weeks ago, we were attacked by animated scarecrows who made off with the second of the 3 gems. And just the other day, the druids came in with their tiny little twig blights,
Lights.
It's kindling.
attacked me and my family, chased us off, and I guarantee you that they've probably taken the 3rd gem at this point as well. So, a matter of what they were after, not that it was the winery. Now I can't imagine what they're still doing there.
That's great.
Well, if they haven't left, we might be able to get one of your stones back.
Yeah, or find out too where they took the other ones.
Right.
If we can do that, that would be fantastic news for our people.
Oh, thank you.
This is
Why do you go
the
back?
last.
We have to get back to Arena and it's Mark.
Hmm.
What is that?
Is
Your little
doggo.
butt. Your little butt.
I just saw his
Aw.
tail go up behind me.
You see his tiny little head over your chair.
Oh, that's so cute.
Okay. He is
If
protected.
if you
Oh, what?
recover the wine, or if you recover the gems, and we can restore at least part of the winery, that could be what we need to restore hope to the people of Vallaki and to the other surrounding neighborhoods as well.
And to our party.
With
I don't really
alcoholism.
care about
Yay!
You are all welcome to have whatever wine you find at this point in exchange.
And there's just a cloud now next to us of Jayon.
She's like tightening all the straps on everything. She's like got a hunk of bread in her mouth, like a cigar. Like, you know the old timey army movies and stuff? There was like the sergeant with the cigar. That's her, but it's a piece of bread. And she was like, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna save the wine. She's amped. She's pumped.
Oh my god.
He's gonna definitely go too, and at this, he's gonna look at the other 2 girls and say, "Are you gonna come?"
I feel like I need to protect Davian. You go get your wine.
Davian
Wanna make
steps
sure he's
forward. He's
gonna
like,
be okay.
I appreciate it, but we've taken care of ourselves so far. We're gonna remain here. We'll go back to the woods, and we'll meet you here if you manage to come back.
As long as you're sure. Alright,
I
then.
appreciate
I
it.
guess we'll go with you.
I said, "Come on, Janaga, you're."
You grab my ear and it's like, Ma!
Oh, I'm not that mean. I'll just
You got my
kindly
horn
tug at
instead.
your coat
Yeah.
and say, "Come on, you're small and hard to hit. Let's go."
These are the things you bring.
But I'm actually proud of that, and it's like, yeah!
So you all begin heading back towards the winery. further down the trail? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if
So-
Amelia is coming.
I guess. I
Hey!
see
I was gonna say-
them there. They're like all walking away, and then I'm just looking at the other people because I assume they go back into the forest, and then I just, I'm like, okay, I got it. Okay, whatever.
Honestly, if he said like he wanted protection or anything, I was gonna ask you like, do you want to do this with me?
Amelia, since you stayed and watched the family retreat into the woods, go ahead and roll a perception check.
So great at that. 16.
Hey, that's not bad.
So as you turn back to walk towards the rest of the party, as they move the caravan forward, you watch them step into the woods, beyond the tree line and beyond your vision, and roughly a minute or two later, about 3 to 5 ravens pop out of the tree line as well and just seem to be following your caravan as it approaches the winery, just far off in the distance. It's worth noting.
Huh.
Okay.
Here.
So as you all approach the winery, situated in the midst of the vineyard, the winery is an old 2-story stone building with multiple entrances, thick ivory covering every wall, and iron fencing along its roofline. The trail ends at an open loading dock on the ground floor. A wooden stable of more recent construction is attached to the east side of the winery, next to the loading dock. West of the winery is a crumbling well and a wooden outhouse. Let me pull up the map here so you all can see it.
Hopefully nobody has to pee. I wouldn't want to go around.
I'll go in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay, and where's my players at?
Where's the thingy at? Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Where are we?
Oh boy.
Can't see shit.
I say I'm dragging people onto the thing and they're not showing up. There we go.
Yeah.
There we
Ooh,
go.
I see you. Our wonderful cart.
Yep.
Well, that's not our cart. That's at the winery, yeah.
So you've gotten to the winery. There appears to be a cart already loaded with 3 barrels just sitting there. However,
2 and 2, 2 people each.
as you approach the winery and see the loading dock with the barrels there, you approach and start looking at it, but you start to hear the rustling of dead vines all around you and behind you. These inhuman shapes begin to emerge from the vineyard, their limbs cracking as they trudge forth through the mist and the rain. Roughly 30 to 50, somewhere in between, there's so many pouring out, needle blights, which appear to be different than the twig blights, emerge and start making their way towards you and the winery. They start to rush towards you. You see in front of you, the entrance to the loading dock is still open. You could probably run in and shut the doors behind you. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm doing that. And can I stealth while I do that? Like get in there and then stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'll
you
do the
run
same.
forward. You run forward and you're leading the party. We all get inside the front door, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Jayaz is just like, no, don't lie. I have to drag you in. It's right there.
I'm like looking over my items and everything, like, all right, what might be, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck him up with this Grick tentacle.
Oh, that's right.
I'm like, what could be useful? No,
How
no.
long is that going to be good
Yeah.
for?
I put it in the elixir of dead rat to like pickle it. I don't know.
Ew.
Would
So,
though.
I would.
As
We
you
did
run
have all
by,
that vinegar.
Mhm.
as everyone runs by, you manage to go through. You barricade the door behind you. You slide a bolted or a wooden kind of bolt slide into place. You can hear some scratching on the outside of the door, but it's otherwise eerily silent inside. As you ran through the dock, you did manage to notice there was the barrel there, but there was also a hook that was hanging from the center that led up into some kind of loading crane that had ropes and hooks dangling from it above where the loading area was. You've all sealed yourself inside. You slam the door, you kind of close the bolt, and that is where we're going to take our first break as you begin to smell the dank cellars around you and the mold and the
Yay!
earth.
Yay! Dank
My
AF.
favorite smell.
Alright. For sake of prosperity and time, do we want to make this 10 minutes instead
Okay.
of 15? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause I know you gotta get going at like 7,
yeah, hopefully they run late.
right?
Let's see, that was, hold on. So 7 my time would be 4 o'clock, right?
Ye-
We'll be done.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can make it
yeah.
work.
uh,
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna do a 10-minute break. So at 53 past the hour, whatever the hour is where you are, we'll be back. Yee, go get some wine.
See you soon.
Ha 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 ha.
Oops, wrong button. Yeah, I did it. I'm a professional.
There we go.
Go ahead and come back from break. Oops, oops, oops.
Oops. I'm a professional. Yay! Here we are.
Sorry, viewers, everything's fine.
Nothing's on fire. We come back and all of the backgrounds are just fire.
Just us
It's all
screaming.
on
Fine.
And yes, my hair is a flame.
All right, we're back in it.
Okay. So you were ambushed by lots and lots and lots and lots of little blights. You ran inside this very small hallway, barricaded the door behind you. Immediately behind you, Janaga turns around and sees the spiral staircase going upwards, and both Amelia and Jayaz see from the door where they're standing, you can almost see vats of what appear to be wine.
Jazz jumps in.
All right, so they're this off to the left of us, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like over here.
Do we notice any danger? I guess would that be perception? Is there like an immediate danger now that we have closed the door?
You heard some light scratching from the other side. However, it doesn't feel like they're strong enough to break down the door. So you seem to be safe from the blights on the outside for now.
Okay, I want to check these barrels to get a count to see how many, I guess, are good. Because even though we're here to take care of the problem, we also have to get like kind of an idea of the stock for the original issue.
Right. Yeah. Do you want to just go in? Are you stealthing? What's
Oh yeah, you know what? I should probably stealth. Should probably try
Okay.
that.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
So you fall in.
So
Fucking
before you even manage to really assess what you're doing, you just turn around to the other girls and go, "Holy shit! Did you see that?"
and it echoes off the walls like, oh shit.
Oh,
And then they all look at me.
Mad at me for some reason. I don't know why.
that's a great face for this.
Aw.
situation.
So you
Like,
get the
really?
feeling that if there was anything in here, they know you're here now.
Awesome.
Great. Fantastic.
I'm not a rogue. Remember when I was like, hey, should I take this spell? Or hey, should I take that spell? And we're like, oh, but we have stealthy people.
You're right, and none of them made the check, and
Yeah.
also a natural one would not have helped.
All right, so without being stealthy at all, though, I'm still gonna check these barrels.
Okay. So you walk into the fermentation vats room. So, the rich smell of fermenting wine fills this large 2-story chamber. You're on the 2nd story of this balcony, which is dominated by 4 enormous wooden casks, each one 8 feet wide and 12 feet tall. A wooden staircase in the center of the room climbs to a 10-foot high wooden balcony that clings to the south wall, which you're currently standing on, which has 4 windows set into it from the balcony level. Stacked against the wall underneath the balcony are old empty barrels with the Wizard of Wines burned into their sides.
All right, so we're on a balcony looking down onto the vats.
Yes.
It's like I've been to a
So
distillery or two before. I kind of know what's
Yeah,
up.
you have a feeling for it. As you are looking around, the balcony creaks, drawing your eye to a wild-looking figure hunched over the westernmost cask, pouring a flask of thick syrup into it. She wears a gown made of animal skins and a headdress with goat horns, and her hair is long and unkempt. Suddenly, you see something skitter across the floor. It looks like a tiny creature made of twigs.
Oh,
Moves from its hiding place under the stairs and disappears behind the easternmost cask.
The doll turned into a twig.
I know. Can we not use the word skitter? It triggers me. Okay.
was that a flash of yellow? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. Definitely yellow.
Okay. So did this figure, the unkept lady, she hasn't seen me?
I'm actually trying to see where her token is because she's totally here.
When the DM loses them. It's become
Okay,
sentient.
hold on. Sorry, I see how this is working. You're actually on the first floor. I'm sorry, I misread that.
Uh,
You're on the
So let's
first
just
floor.
pretend.
So slight retcon. So you're looking at these barrels.
okay. So I'm not on the
Kind of half
balcony.
cutaways right now. So if you were standing right here and looking upward,
Oh god.
you would be able to see the second floor where there is a druid standing above the farmost cask.
Okay. So she's
Just pouring this thick-looking syrupy liquid into
Over
the top
there.
of it.
Oh, she's pouring it into it.
Sounds great.
Just pouring it into it.
Oh no. Oh no.
I ain't drinking that.
Yeah, don't fuck with my wine, please. So I'm not even gonna be chill about this. I'm
Oh no.
gonna be like, yo, hold the fuck up. And I'm gonna immediately draw Lego Yas.
Okay, so you draw.
And I'm good.
I'm stealthing away. I don't want anyone to see me. Nope, I'm not.
I'm
Okay.
still by the spiral staircase.
Amelia, go ahead and roll a stealth check, please. And Jayaz, you're threatening the druid above the thing. What are you trying to get her to do? Just get her attention, or?
I'm gonna just shoot at her. Like what I'm seeing is she's tampering with the wine, the goods, and like
Okay.
that shit's not gonna fly.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
But your arrows sure.
Oh god.
Hold on here. Sorry, getting my
It's not funny.
screens ready.
Sounds great.
There are like 3 things you don't fuck with Jayas. 1, the children. 2, bread and baguettes. 3, the goddamn alcohol.
She's a woman of simple needs. Okay, you definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Did I get anything extra for being like a...
An alcoholic.
No! Do I get the alcoholics 1d6 bonus? No, like for initiating the attack, like a surprise attack? Is that just a rogue thing?
It is.
Would she be surprised?
So I considered this. I did consider this because if you had managed to successfully stealth in here, it probably would have been
Okay.
a surprise attack, guaranteed to hit. However, you kind of announced yourself before you came in, so she knows you're there.
Okay. No surprise,
That's not fun.
but fuck you, ma'am.
I mean, with that said, she also, still takes that arrow straight in the freaking face or whatever. So you definitely hit, you roll damage. You fire an arrow, it pierces her arm where she had been pouring out the liquid because you're like, oh no, that needs to stop.
Yeah.
So you manage to straight through her forearm. She loses her grip. The flask falls and shatters on top of the wooden cask away from where she was
Okay.
pouring into what appeared to be a spout.
Okay.
Probably how they normally feed the grapes and stuff.
Right.
So you definitely saw liquid go in. However, the rest of it manages to splash harmlessly on the
outside.
the outside of it. I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
What's that?
Damn it.
Wait, I keep forgetting I want to use my...
Right. I know how to D&D, guys.
D&D.
D&D. Remember, we're professionals.
D&D. It's in the game. Nope, not the same.
Wow.
Okay, let's sort this. Boop. All right, so you managed to get that attack in. It was kind of a surprise round. She hadn't started combat yet. Wasn't expecting it, so we'll just pick up from there. Janaga, you are first. What would you like to do?
I think I need to get further into the room first.
You do.
Let's see. Am I? You know, I'll go right in front of Jazz. And where's our enemy?
Enemy is over here, up top on the second story.
Ah, okay.
So if you wanted to make a melee, you could run up the stairs in the center here.
I do have. I think it's fancy footwork that does that. Can I use the fancy footwork? Because that might work in this situation.
Let me look up the ability.
Yeah, because I haven't really used my ability.
I need to see what it does. Hold on.
I'm more like, I'm gonna get in front of you and stab you.
You're gonna stab me?
No.
Oh, I was like, the last thing I heard was, I'm gonna get in front of Jayaz. I'm gonna get in front of you and stab you.
Oh, did I cut it out?
Whoa,
So
whoa,
let's see
whoa.
what the dice say,
Yeah, that,
you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you basically ran up and attacked her, she wouldn't be able to make opportunity attacks back at you if you moved away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll use that. I'll use the fancy footwork.
Okay. Can you get to her in enough time? Because you used what, 15 feet of movement to get there? So you got
I
15
used
more?
10, I think.
10. Okay, so
Yeah.
10, 20. So 30 would definitely put you on the second floor. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, this is gonna get real weird for sake of the stream, so apologies
Yeah, I
in
know.
advance. 'Cause we're gonna put you right here. Mandy, if you want to zoom out, you'll be able to see both levels now, I think.
weird. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, it's weird because there's a balcony, so there's a cut-in. Not quite sure how it all works.
Boom. Got it.
Perfect. So the druid right here is the one that's been attacked already. And
I
yeah,
might as well
you-
attack the yeah.
I was gonna say, you're not quite close enough to be able to get an attack with one of your blades. However, you could totally
Yeah.
take a shot at her.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at her.
Go for it.
Use my short bow with it. Work. Yeah.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ah,
9 points of piercing damage. So you bound up the stairs, short bow already drawn. You come up the top of the stairs, reach the landing, and poof, let loose your arrow. It manages to pierce into her, and she suffers 9 points of damage.
yeah.
She is reeling from the pain now. She actually falls back a little bit and catches herself on her foot, and screeches this ungodly, awful, like owl screech. And as she does,
She's the owlbear.
there are just, it looks like twig blights just pouring forth from this cask on the far right,
Mm.
just piling out and just starting to swarm. As you see this, however, there are 4 swarms of ravens just nested in the rafters.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see them, but I didn't want to hurt them.
They all immediately respond and start to dive bomb and start attacking the twig blights.
Good.
Yes.
And, like, flying away, and the twig blights are starting to like claw at the air trying to catch the ravens. A few of them manage to connect and really do some damage, but they seem to be taking losses on both sides.
Good. Birds are our friend.
The druid is going to.
Y'all notice that all of our enemies that are humans have been druids.
I
So
mean,
far,
You're the one
There's-
who gets the druid.
what does that tell us
There's
about
only a-
druids?
there's only a few evil things in Barovia.
Everything.
There's only one good druid.
Except for Ismar.
The druid also kind of chants something guttural under her breath and manages to cross her arms like this and touch her shoulders. And as she does, her skin almost comes to life with pieces of bark that start to sprout across her body. and it starts to take on a tree-like form.
Oh, did we maybe kill your dad or your grandfather earlier?
It was just most likely probably somebody in the circle.
Yeah.
And that is the end of her turn, which means Amelia, you are up.
Okay, so
Hello,
there's
Rose.
2 floors.
Yes,
yeah,
there's
I'm on
2
the second
floors.
floor now.
Okay, so she's on the 2nd floor too, right?
Yeah, she's up
Yeah.
here with me.
Floor again. I'm gonna go up to the 2nd floor too.
Okay.
Yeah, help me.
So you sprint up, you get about equally as far. I'm going to put you next to each other just for sake of
Prosperity.
being able to see tokens, but you're basically on the same square right now.
Yeah.
So the druid in front of you, she just recently cast a spell on herself, it looks like, and is standing right in front of you.
Where are we? Oh, there we are.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
say,
it's
you might
like
need to
way
scroll up a
up
little
top.
bit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a great place, guys. Why'd I do this again?
Tight quarters, our favorite.
Okay.
Tight Quarters is my stage name.
I think
Oh.
every stream you
Oh.
have that moment.
No.
I try to get like
One
one
in.
in every time. At work, I have an Excel spreadsheet of ones that the team comes up with. I'm not even joking.
He isn't, I've seen it.
Just keep thinking about that.
No.
We're such a professional stream,
Yeah.
guys.
We are.
I like to think that we're a fun stream.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I can't even say it. I
Making
can't.
use of Poco emotions.
It was the only thing that conveyed the emotion that I had.
Not breaking immersion at all, guys.
I was gonna say, yeah. So what you doing, Amelia?
That's all fun.
I'm gonna short bow her.
All right. So draw back, let loose an arrow. 17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. 4 piercing damage.
I get
All right.
extra because Janaga's next to me? Or no? Or does that only melee?
No, she would for the sneak attack bonus. She would have to be standing next to the enemy because they need to be distracted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
hmm
Okay, I'm keeping that in mind.
So you let loose your short bow and you get to the top of the stairs and kind of lean down on one knee, get yourself stable, and go, "Poof," and it fires across and it catches her right in her stomach. She is now like looking really bad. She's bleeding from several places. Her skin, from what isn't covered in bark yet, is starting to turn pale white. Like she is in trouble. E, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I think from where I am, I onto the stairs. I can't get all the way up.
Okay.
So I guess I could do that. Just get to the
Let's
steps.
see. So it would be because your movement's what, 30?
35.
35?
Mm-hmm.
10, 30. Yeah, you can get to like the base of the stairs.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of our fights have taken place with us like staggered on steps.
Stairs, yeah.
Yeah.
Very like do 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 like girl.
We put the vampire son.
Here, if I were to poison spray the blights, I would get pros too, wouldn't I?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Because right now they're basically filling the room. They're starting to spill out and have combat. So
Okay.
theoretically, like you could find a swath that's not being harassed,
Okay.
that's maybe coming right at you. And you
All
can
right.
totally spray on them.
Okay, so let me just make extra sure. I think it's 2d12 for poison spray now. Yep, it's 2d12.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna point it at my closest concentration of blight.
Okay. All right.
So they
That's 1d12.
live, you know. So.
I was just gonna say, I think even if
Oh
they
wait,
save
hold on.
it,
Sorry, that's just if they save, it's still just half, right?
if they save, creature
They have
must
to no.
succeed-
Constitution is 14 flat.
Okay. Yeah, if
so-
they don't save, then they take damage. If they do save, they don't take any.
Right.
Let's see. Da, 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 da. So that's only one save. So you bring your hands together and release your poison clouds into the this group of twig blights that are just clawing their way towards you out of the barrel onto the floor, and they don't even manage to stand upright. Like they're just starting to like come at you, and you thrust your hand forward, and this goes.
It's like bug spray.
And of the 5 that are coming at you, 4 of them immediately start like clawing at their own face as their bodies begin to wilt and wither and start to crack and start to darken in certain spots as like rot takes hold. And 4 of them just collapse to the ground. The 5th one shakes it off and just stares at you intently.
And E just stands there because she's doing like her duty and casting out this dark nature. She's like has this look on her face of just sheer determination and just strength, of noble strength that she will succeed in this. So she's just like and spreads it out.
She's giving him the mom look.
All right. Jazz, it is your turn now.
All right, so I'm still down the bottom, but I can still see the lady, right?
Yeah, you can still see and get an angle on her.
So I'm still gonna just shoot her since the steps are all like cluttered now. I'm still gonna shoot her with Legolas.
Okay.
So, which now I was looking, I didn't realize extra attack I could use with my range too.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah,
You have 2 attacks.
yeah,
don't you?
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my
Yes. All right, so I'm gonna Lego Yasser
Just
once.
a matter of time.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna Lego Yasser.
Good thing you get 2 attacks.
Mm,
Oh.
just no, I won't use a luck
If
point.
that happens again, like with your shorties,
The
I'm
luck
gonna
point.
cry.
What was that?
You should use a luck
That-
point, otherwise you're probably gonna hit one of the girls.
That's okay. I'm gonna use a luck point, so we're gonna scrap that. That never happened.
Yep.
What?
Hey!
That
I
one
mean,
doing that 20.
You could have gone anywhere in the
No.
spectrum, not just one end or the other. But sure, why not?
Hey! Oh.
So,
It's either really good or really bad. All right, so
there is no in between.
I'll roll some damage on that bad boy.
All right.
And then I'll get my second one going. I'm gonna like shock myself. I imagine it's not like, oh, she gets to go I'm like, I do it so well, and I'm just like, ah, and I do it again. Like,
Thank you. It's gonna happen again.
That's it.
Thank
I've been fighting off the sneezing too.
she's like really mad about the whole contaminating the goods. I know my eyes are watering
apparently.
from allergies because I have my windows open.
Yeah,
You just look like an evil anime.
My evil anime.
Your evil anime villain. Yeah.
I didn't have the
Okay.
extra money to get the anti-glare on these. I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
didn't know there was such a thing. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah.
you are definitely doing enough damage to kill her. How do you want to do this?
Yeah. So I get the one, and I'm like, this bitch, and I line it up. I'm like trying to aim in and out between my girls on the steps, and as my eyes like really fucking bother me. As that one like shoots her, like I don't know, maybe like dink right in the head, and as she's all like, oh, what's going on? And I'm shocked that even I did that. I'm gonna launch another one and just right in the throat.
Oh.
I was gonna say, we're all gonna be like, yes, queen. And then as you fire the arrow, you're just going, slide!
And I say, yes!
So as you kind of take your stance, you see her armor up, and right before her body can finish completing the spell and the bark completely consumes her, you draw your bow back, take a deep breath, hold it, and let it fly. And as the bark skin is closing around her face, the one unprotected spot still on her forehead,
Yes.
straight through, head goes straight back. You immediately notch another arrow, let it fly, not even really focusing because you're just so thrilled. You're like, holy shit! And the way the feathering is on this arrow, you can almost hear a whisper of
Yes!
as it goes right through the upper half and just falls. You see her tumble backwards, just immediately go.
And then the girls look at me and like give me thumbs up, except Amelia, she glares at me.
It's like Final Fantasy, like, yeah. We
I mean, there's still twig blights or whatever these are.
Yeah, there's still quite a few twig.
Were they blights
together.
or were they the other ones?
These are
Oh,
blights.
okay, they are blights.
Oh, these are, I thought they were the thorn, whatever.
Nope. There are, let's see, we started with 24. We've gone down 5, so that's 19.
So much math.
Minus the 4. Being a DM is just being a glorified accountant of small numbers.
I thought you said of
Okay.
small members.
No, that's just my life.
Same.
So, there are currently about somewhere between 10 and 15 twig blights that are just sprawling out on the floor now, being attacked by these ravens. It is now Janaga's turn. You are upstairs. There are twig blights that are also starting to pile out onto the upper awning. What would you like to do?
The upper awning that I'm on?
Yep, the balcony.
Oh, I'll go after them. You know, I'll just use Alaria's laughter if that will reach them.
Yeah, so you run up.
Yeah, I'll
So
use
you
that.
go, like, right
I was
about
gonna
here.
press my luck with Shatter Spike, but just to like make the ground rumble. But I'm not
Oh
gonna
god,
do
no! I can just imagine you
I'm gonna
accidentally
do
hitting
that.
one of the. I just imagine you accidentally hitting one of the wine casks.
I was thinking that, and it like
It's
explodes.
either gonna go that way, or I'm gonna hit the floor, and then the whole upper balcony's gonna fall.
No,
Like,
that's how
me.
Jayos wants to die. A shatter spiked cask of wine, and she just drowns in it.
Like Terminator.
The one. We have fun here.
I was thinking of
We have
if you
fun
guys
here.
know that first Fantasia.
Hmm?
You know what I'm
Yes.
talking
Yeah,
about? And
We know
yeah,
Fantasy.
with what's his name?
Mickey?
Just whoever the wine god of wine. No, in Fantasia.
Oh, the god of
Oh,
wine,
the
Raucus.
first one.
What was his name?
Dionysus?
Yeah.
Dionysus?
Dionysus.
Chinese. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Braucus, it's Bacchus.
And he's
I'm an
like
idiot.
Yeah, I was like,
Fucking
Rocket? What?
everywhere, and the wine's flowing, and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's our girl.
That's the only way she would have wanted to go.
She gets reborn as Dionysus.
That's not so bad. Okay, who is next?
Anyway,
You need to roll damage still, Jenna.
Oh, yeah. I got lost in our talk. 6 lessons.
So you take Alaria's laughter, and as you do, you hear the familiar chuckle as you cleave down 2 of the twig blights that are standing before you, leaving 5 up on the balcony with you.
I need a
Uh,
soundboard so I can do sound effects.
Shunk.
Amelia, it is now your turn, and Janaga is now threatening all of those spaces with the twig blights in them.
Oh boy.
Me. Rogue fusion.
Did you say fusion?
Yeah, rogue fusion.
I can't. Why?
I'm so sorry, Charlie, that you've been grouped in with us.
I'm laughing.
Sorry.
Oh God. I'm just gonna dagger the ones in front of me.
All right. So chuck some daggers. Okay. And go ahead and roll both of those with sneak attack damage because both of them hit. I'm sorry, one gets sneak attack damage. Yes, one gets sneak attack, the other's not.
Sneak attack damage is
I believe at your level now, it's like what, 3d6 or something?
Holy crap.
Yeah, sneak attack 3d6. So in addition to your normal damage, you'll roll 3d6 on top of that.
7. I swear my computer keeps freezing and I'm gonna throw it out the window.
Oh no! Yeah. So that's 7, 10, 19, and then you have your damage. Go ahead and roll one more attack. Dagger damage roll. There we go. So that's what, 26 points of damage? Yeah, you just start like chucking knives like they're going out of business. Just and you take out the remaining 5 that are still standing up there. They all fall apart. There are 4 twig blights still on the bottom. E, one of them is really pissed off at you because you tried to mace it in the face.
Yeah.
So 2 of them are going to try and make an attack against you. Let's see.
Just there.
First one's a 21.
Damn.
And the second one's a 7, so that one doesn't hit. So you take 5 piercing damage from the first twig blight, who gets a revenge attack, kind of digging its claws into you, hitting against your softer armor and managing to pull through. The other one, however, tries to take a swipe and just misses completely as you swing out of the way.
So
Go ahead.
I have 3 around me.
Yes, and it
I'm
is
just
now
gonna-
your turn.
I'm just gonna poison spray them again.
Okay, go for it. Whew. All right. That's 3 saving throws. And none of them made it, so they're all dead.
And they're dead.
Yeah, there's 2 left. There are 2 twig blights left.
They're the ones.
The
It's
ravens
like
at this
that.
point.
Maleficent look on her face, like the RBF Maleficent level. And just like just tall, towering, and strong, and just spraying them all down.
As you spray down those final 3, the remaining 2 immediately, the ravens, almost as if they were watching, are suddenly emboldened and empowered by this display of force coming through this winery, dive in and just start pecking and tearing apart the final 2, ripping them to shreds, just pulling their bodies apart, dropping limbs side by side, leaving a pile of kindling on the floor.
I like those
hello.
ravens.
Yeah.
It's almost like
It's because I gave them bread. That's all. No other reason.
Mm-hmm.
If they could give you a thumbs up. Like one little feather goes up.
One feather up. I give this stream 2 feathers up.
Get out.
Hold on, I'll go get.
Okay.
I'll get her to put her wings up.
My campaign.
All right, so the party is now standing in the middle of these vats, one of which appears to have been tampered with.
yes, taste it.
What would you like to do?
Can we investigate around to see if there's any evidence like the other ones have been tampered with, or
Yeah, did she
Drink it.
drop the vial that had that stuff in it?
The vial was shattered across the top of the cask
Right.
and is probably still sitting there. You could probably
I
test
would
the
like
liquid.
to investigate.
yeah,
that.
JS is all about that weird shit, so she's checking it out.
Go ahead.
So that's an
So you,
investigation.
though?
No.
Look, it's free wine.
I'm
Remember,
investigating
I don't have a high
Maybe somewhere.
constitution. Investigation station. Don't fail me now. Oh, that's with a +3.
You did better.
okay. Is everyone investigating this thing, or are we all doing something different right now?
I still
Um,
want to try to get to the trinkets.
I don't.
Drinking.
I guess I'll investigate it because I know that they want us to get it back.
Yeah.
And I really liked her.
E, go ahead and roll with advantage because it's a nature-based thing.
What's my advantage?
You just roll
You'll
twice.
roll
Or-
twice.
You just roll twice.
No, you'll roll twice for the investigation and then take the higher of whichever two numbers.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go with the 17. So you and Jayaz lean forward, and you can see that the potion that spilled outside of the cask appears to look like a healing potion. Like it's got that vibrant red coloring. It has a little bit of shimmer of gold throughout, but seeing the effect that it's having on the wood, and you can kind of smell this odorous, almost like a fermentation of the potion itself. This is definitely poison. And investigating each of the barrels, there's only alcohol in 3 of the 4. The twig blights came out of the final one,
Right.
but the remaining 3 all appear to have that same foul odor kind of coming
Fuck.
from it.
Tainted. No.
Oh no.
Jayas is gonna
sorry.
cry a little. Like she's not gonna make a big thing, but she's gonna start kind of, you know.
E, go ahead and roll a nature check.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. This was actually a fairly low DC because I'm going to tell you what you're allowed to do in your class.
Okay.
You need to beat a 5. So thinking about the spells that you know and kind of how you can commune with nature, you're aware that you actually have a spell that is called Purify Food and or Drink.
I
And
do.
while you may not have it memorized right now, it would be, a short thing to rest up, meditate, and then come back and
Yeah, it's just like,
Please, Mom!
So first, wait. Okay, so this is how I want to do this. First,
Mhm.
so can I imagine, Jayaz, are you like kind of hunkered down, like
He's
sitting
on her
crouch?
knees.
So I'm gonna bend down. I'm gonna put my hand on your back and rub your back. I'm gonna hand you that other baguette.
You cut out.
And be like,
Oh, the baguette. Okay. So I'm gonna.
yeah, the other baguette
Oh,
that I got.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell her about this spell that I can do, and I can bring it all back.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay.
Are the ravens still there? Yeah, us now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a way like to send them off or something? Like, go find him. Like everything's good.
you can talk to them. You can try and see what they say.
And then-
I'm good at that.
I just want to.
Can I see? Can I see if
I
there's the
can-
ravens I saw like fly out after the people went in?
And see if they're the same. I mean, it's hard to tell because ravens kind of look very similar. But yeah, you get the sense that this is not just coincidence at this point anymore.
I want to just mark these casks now that we've done the investigation, like just on the outside, like do not drink or like some kind of something, so we know that they are tampered with for the future.
Just take a piece of chalk and like scratch a number on the side. I don't know.
I was just looking for it.
I'm
I
sure
found
that's
it. I found the spell.
I mean, okay.
These ravens are definitely not just ravens, I think, guys.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say sup to the ravens.
So you look up and go, "Sup."
Mm-hmm.
What's up, bird bro?
Sup.
2 of them look back at you and also do the head nod in return.
So, we can essentially take back all of this because I can do it with I can cure all of it.
Probably tell the owners first, I say, as I look at the ravens.
Well, I guess. Well, I can. Can I animal handle? I mean, I don't have talk with animals prepared today. unfortunately. So I was gonna say that we could tell them that I can fix all of their wine that they have.
I mean, they seem to have understood Amelia
They
when
heard
she talked to them.
some.
So
Yeah, so
you could just try talking to him and see what happens.
yeah, that's right. Ravens are really freaking smart, so I'll just
They are.
tell them that.
They can mimic you.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
And-
maybe that's what they're doing.
none of that now. That no ideas, Adam. so,
So-
yeah, I'm just gonna tell them that I can anti-poison all of them.
Okay. In an interesting kind of movement, they actually seem to be conferring with each other before the large majority of them fly off through an open window and back out into the night.
Huh. You said the large majority. They're still
Mhm.
from here.
There's still about 2 or 3 hanging around in the eaves, just keeping.
I'm
an eye
gonna
on
throw
things.
little pieces of bread toward them.
Okay.
After the large majority that flew out,
What?
can I chase after the group that flew away?
You can run over to a window and see where they're going. The window's a little bit too small for you to get out of, but you could try breaking it or something.
But then things can get in.
Oh no, I'm just gonna break it. I don't care.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack against the glass.
What's that? Just a d20?
Depends on what weapon you're going to use, but yeah, I imagine you're probably taking like the hilt of your dagger or something and like smashing it. So yeah, go ahead and roll a dagger attack. And then roll damage.
7.
All right, cool. So you run up and you just go, and it just shatters. Thankfully, your leathers and stuff protect you from most of the falling glass, and you kind of leap out onto the second story of. Thankfully, there's a little ledge outside the window, and you see the ravens kind of fly off up the road towards where you were coming from.
Okay.
Can I dash after them?
Okay.
You would have to jump off of the first story of the thing. There's also still a ton of twig blights clustered around the winery.
Creepy guys, I want to know about them.
But we kind of have other things that we gotta do.
We have, like, to save Arena and stuff, but you guys want to do, like, all the wine saving shit.
Well, it happens.
So, from where Amelia is, how far is she from the needle blights that are around the door?
So you're about 10 feet up from the needle blights right now, but they are essentially surrounding the winery at this point.
Surrounding the whole winery. Okay.
Have any?
Can you send down a fireball?
Yeah, that's
Well, I can thunderclap them.
Oh,
And
okay.
that'll do just 100 feet of them.
Not even. It's so the spell itself is only a 5-foot blast radius, but the sound
Okay.
will travel
Oh,
for
okay.
up to
Can be
100
heard.
feet.
100
Yeah.
feet. Okay. So no, I can't even reach them. Never mind. Sorry.
I think,
I could
What
try
do
to
you wanna
poison spray them, but then it would draw attention to us.
yeah, I think we just leave them for now. If
I'm not gonna use a non-cantrip
Hold on.
on these blights right now.
yeah,
I'm just not.
I think we just keep
that yet?
looking through the winery and see what we can do in here before we deal with the outside.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll find a torch.
Like,
Do what?
have they taken a turn in combat yet?
The blights?
Like around circle, like around.
No, we're out of combat now. Most of the enemies have all the enemies at this point have been defeated. And while the blights are swarming around the winery, they haven't seemed to have noticed you.
There's too
Is there a way we
many.
can like divert their attention away?
Everyone go ahead and roll a history check.
Wait, I can.
What?
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Well, at least
Okay.
we're all nerds and
Okay.
So you all kind of recall that when you destroyed the Gulthus tree, back when you were doing
Right,
your
right,
first
right.
adventure.
Mhm.
Destroying the Gulthis tree is what caused all the twig blights around it to die and wither.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
So we have to find it.
given the
Stay it.
presence of druids, there is probably some kind of presence here, something on one of their persons that is likely sustaining those twig blights right now.
Mhm.
Okay.
So if you find the
Search the
source of
Say,
that,
it's not your seeds.
if you find the source of that, you
No.
may be
Those
able
are
to find
just-
the source of
You grow more.
So I think we should not poke the fire outside. I think
Yeah,
we
sounds
should
like,
keep in here.
There's something we could do in here that does something.
Did we search her body already?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
it isn't.
Yeah, so let's search her body.
Okay.
Yeah, let's all search.
That's
Okay,
investigation.
go ahead and
Let's just get it.
yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Kill Bill music.
Hey!
Nat 20.
I find
Always
nothing.
me.
16.
Nothing. That's okay. I'll take it during.
Right.
Okay. I do have the freedom to just give you guys things whenever I find them.
Okay, so y'all managed to find 40 gold pieces,
Woo!
Amelia, you take all that.
12 silver pieces,
You take all that.
and 520 copper pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crap. She must have been heavy.
You
That's why she died so fast.
also find another ritual dagger. This one, instead of having a wooden handle, is actually made of ivory or bone. You're not quite sure.
Who wants this one?
I'm collecting
Uh,
them.
You're
You also find a necklace made from human teeth,
Ew.
Ooh.
and
Yeah.
Man, this would look pretty on you.
I'll keep it.
another random treasure table here.
You make it look badass. Like Daryl on Walking Dead, but his was like all ears.
Ew.
My pouch,
Uh,
thank you though, but I'm not gonna wear it.
That's okay. Maybe you can use it for something later.
Where the frickin' Here we go. Random magic item table. That's what I'm looking for.
It's a magic item.
The dangers of using real dice, y'all.
Yeah.
Magic item.
Uh,
Magic items, but me.
you find another vial that appears to have some kind of potion in it. And you take it, you swirl it around a little bit, and because you have a poisoner's kit, you kind of get your kit out and test a little sample of it. This is a potion of fire breath, and you know that drinking this potion.
You are not wasting this again. You are not wasting this
Please.
again.
I'm not giving it to her. No, do not give it to her.
I'm giving it to E because she's responsible with this
Well,
stuff.
I was gonna say right now, Amelia has. She's the one that's been testing it.
Okay, well, either of us.
So the potion has an
You
orange.
wasted it on a
liquid.
dragon.
It wasn't a
I'm
waste.
its mother.
Ice dragon.
Like I'm its mother, and it just looked at you like, really?
So
No
the
more.
orange potion inside of the glass kind of flickers as you twist it, and when you put the stopper back in, smoke begins to fill the top of the container again, looking kind of like a bottled flame.
So cool. And that's all I'm gonna say. 'Cause, like, push my luck and beg for this and say that so neat.
I
Use it how you see fit.
Allison's like, I don't know why you're trying to get from me.
Yeah,
I don't like you people right now.
Did you say
just
you
keep it for
do
now.
like people right now? Don't like people right now.
She'll never like me.
You're never getting it.
That's all right. She's not going to use it. You might be able to warm up to her.
Oh, bad pun.
I'm
Okay.
gonna skulk away.
So,
Ouch, that was such a burn.
from this room, so you recall that on the first floor, which I believe, E was still down there before, but there's a couple doors along the northern wall that you haven't explored. There's a couple doors on the left and the right, and then on the second floor, there's also, you can see, how the hell is this?
This layout's weird.
I know.
Yeah, I'm like trying to figure out how these stairs in the middle of the random thing work.
Mm.
So anyway, you can
I would
also
need to
get
make a
around
3D
these
model to
tunnels.
make
We'll
this
figure
work.
it out. Yeah, we'll figure out how this works. Anyway, you can also go through these doors.
Can I do an Arcana check on the necklace of human teeth, or have like E do it?
Yeah, sure.
E, you want to check this?
Tell her no.
Be grumpy.
Okay. I'm doing this just to try to be nice.
Myself.
So you place the necklace in front of you, and you kind of reach out and connect with the elements to try and detect any sort of unnatural or dark or any kind of weird energies with this necklace, and it doesn't seem to reverberate at all with any kind of magic. It is just
I'm sorry, I think that they're just teeth.
I was just
Yeah.
making sure it wasn't like the what we needed to destroy.
Right, yeah. No, there's nothing wrong. They're just teeth.
Just teeth.
Purely decorative.
shiny teeth in me.
They're probably
Oh my
not.
God,
shiny.
I
They're
just
probably
made
like disgusting.
Alright. With that done, I think what is this a door all the way to the left here?
On the left? I think
Right
it
there?
is.
Is that no, I'm downstairs.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, how are you downstairs?
I don't know.
She's with you. Yeah.
I was skulking
Oh.
downstairs.
Oh.
Alright, I think I'm gonna check that first. And then like work my
Okay.
way in.
And I'm gonna go to whatever door's close to my character. Oh, sorry. Let her go first. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you go through the door, yeah?
Yes.
All right. So as you poke your head in, bare hooks line the walls of this storage room. Shelves to the south hold several pairs of stained wooden sandals with oversized soles. Both doors to this room hang open. Drag you over here so you can see.
This is where I gotta get fancy with the zooming.
The one to the west, which which leads to the outside, is fitted with iron brackets and leads. This would actually be closed right now because you're being sieged. So the door's closed, but it's fastened with iron brackets.
Okay.
Lying on the floor next to it is a 5-foot-long wooden beam, which is propping the door up.
I'm just laughing because JS always finds herself in the tiniest closets.
I know.
Yeah, this is literally the closet. This is where there's some sandals that appear to have been used for crushing grapes.
Oh.
Do
and
not lick them.
hangers. They're empty coat like pegs where you hang
Okay.
your raincoats up and stuff.
But nothing
Don't lick them. Lick
nothing out of the ordinary. No, nothing. Alright. Then I'm gonna be like, "Meh." I don't know.
No, you just like R. Kelly, you in closet.
Okay. I'll come out of the
In the
closet.
closet.
And then
And I grab my Beretta. Sorry.
so I'll go with E then through the next closest door.
I was gonna say there's doors here, there's doors here.
Where do you want to go?
Well, there's a door right behind her, right? Oops.
Is it a window?
Yes.
I would
Then
say
I'll just
save
go
the
in there.
big one for last. I feel
The
like
double
that's
door, yeah, that's what I was figuring.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll go the door that's like right behind her. That I tried pinging,
Okay.
but I clicked on her instead.
Ping, ping.
This door. What's the
Alright,
story? The store.
Oh, pretty big.
All right, so hey, not yet.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Sorry.
I thought it would be easier.
I know. So, E, you turn around and try the door. and
Oh.
it's actually wedged shut from the other side, and you're unable to push through. So you go to the bigger doors over here, and it is actually chained with a padlock that's pretty solid. You can try and break it. You can try and pick it. You might be able to find a key somewhere.
I'm gonna try to pick that lock.
Okay.
What do I roll for that? Do I just...
That would be proficiency with your thieves tools, which I don't think Roll20 natively supports. So it would be a d20 plus your proficiency modifier plus dexterity.
Alright, what's proficiency modifier?
Yours is +2.
Okay.
So it's 8 plus 2 plus blah.
8 plus 2.
Sorry, I'm doing math in my head.
Math
Go
in
ahead
the
and roll.
head.
Oh, alright, so 12 plus 2 is 14, plus dex is 3 is 17.
Okay.
Mhm.
So with a little bit of effort and a little bit of time, you do manage to crack the lock, and it slides open.
I'm gonna like
You
just
guys-
gesture. Like I don't think the rogues can see us, but I'm gonna be like,
We do have earrings, sweetheart.
Yeah,
well,
we
I'm
do.
not touching
Well, we
it.
have to touch
Yeah,
it.
I'm not touching it. I'm just like,
I feel like we can actually see you though.
I'm gonna do it in a way you can't see me, but it makes me feel better that I picked a lock without your help.
I was gonna say this is probably all happening while you're looting and
It's up.
testing the
upstairs.
potion.
If we can make eye contact, I'm just gonna shatter.
Nope,
Strike
you
for a
don't
second
see
and
it.
just Wink at her
Nope.
and then put it back.
So here's
No, you see
here's the
nothing.
way I see it happening in my head.
Jelly.
Here's the way I see it happening in my head. While you two are tinkering upstairs with the set, kind of testing the vials out and stuff, Jayaz has no idea that that's a thing that you found. So she's like, I got it. Blink. Yeah! Meanwhile, you're upstairs like with an alchemy set, like, oh my god, this is so
Yeah.
cool. We're never gonna show her this.
Spoken roll, don't show JS. Stop speaking abuse.
Chaos
Okay,
abuse.
So you walk in.
We're doing the sciencey stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So resting on a flagstone veranda are 3 5-foot diameter wooden tubs, which have their insides all stained with grape juice. Each tub has a short ladder bolted to its side and a catch basin tucked underneath. At the back of the veranda is a large set of sliding wooden doors and as well as a normal-sized wooden door. Stone pillars and arches support the floor from above. So you are actually outside right now, but the veranda itself is enclosed.
Okay. That was my concern. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, this is pretty open.
Okay, so you guys haven't moved away from the wall. Kind of why it was chained.
yeah,
It was chained from the inside to make sure things couldn't get in from the outside.
right.
Are there any drops of juice left at all?
There's some. Well, you would have to make an investigation check to see how much is there. Do you want to spend time out here, or do you want to try and get inside before you get noticed?
I'll go back
Yeah,
inside.
I'm gonna be like, oh, cool. Let's go inside.
Okay. So you go back inside. Do you reinforce the door behind you with the
Oh, we
chain?
sure do.
Okay. So you take it and just very quickly go put everything back together, like nothing ever
Yep.
happened.
Alright. Should we check these doors while we're... Should like the Scooby...
through all?
Yeah, the Scooby-Doo gang down here. We'll just go to the next thing of doors.
Sure. So you pop your
Let's
heads
be
in,
some meddling kids.
Oh, God.
and
Oh,
rows of brand new barrels fill this room. A narrow stone staircase spirals upward in the southwest corner. There's also a door to your right.
can I check the barrels to see if they're like full and...
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oh, I found the treasure.
You knock on the outside of each cask, like kunk, 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 hoping to hear one that has some sloshing around inside. However, these all appear to be brand new, unused barrels.
Okay. Do we dare go further, or do we see what the other girls are up to?
If we go
Not
out
like
the
Dexter's lab up
first
here. We're
side, does that not lead outside?
Right.
This door, you mean?
Those, yeah. Does that not lead outside?
We don't want to go outside. There's too bright.
Does it go outside?
We need
Can
to
I
find
like,
some-
can I peek through like the door jam to see where this door goes to?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you like trying to be sneaky about it and trying to see what?
Yeah, because we want to maybe go through it, but E thinks that it might just go outside. So before we open the door, I want to see if it goes outside or not.
It's definitely dark in there. It doesn't seem to have the sunlight.
Oh, okay.
That was outside.
Okay.
So yeah, let's
Sure,
let's
let's go
go.
outside.
Let's keep going.
Okay. So you pop in, and it appears to be a workshop. Strips of iron and wood lie in neat piles on the floor of this workshop, the walls of which are lined with tools. 2 work tables stand against the east wall. There is a door to your north, but it is
Barred.
barred from the inside.
So that probably goes outside. All right, but again, nothing out of the ordinary. Needing our attention.
Nope.
Nothing.
No tools in the workshop.
Probably not. Remind me of that later when I'm like, if only we had.
Yeah.
A mallet.
Yeah. Ugh. All right, then I think everything really, because I don't want to go up those stairs until we regroup. So
But we're on the first floor. It just goes up to the second floor.
those stairs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they
They
go
go
up.
Do you want to check though if they go up to where the girls are, or
I mean, it's going to be somewhere upstairs.
aren't you go first?
Okay.
Leads
Alright.
to a hidden bell tower for some reason attached to this.
There's a doll with a yellow dress.
There's a hunchback and a gypsy up here, with a very angry priest.
And a minute.
Hellfire.
Oh god, now I gotta find out where this goes.
It's at the top.
I
Yeah,
pulled
I
you
got
up
it.
as well.
No, I mean like I have to.
Oh, just.
Oh, you gotta pull out the
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, pull out.
How with this?
Wow.
Bro.
We hit our quota for the day.
There we go.
I mean, did we though?
Awesome. Oh, it's upstairs, but it's not. So the girls don't even see us.
Yeah.
No, they can see you. You're across the balcony.
Oh, is that the balcony?
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. It looked like a completely different.
I know the map is so.
Yeah,
weird
it looks
with
like
this.
hallways.
Yeah, it was like it looks like a secret hallway.
You want to just start going indoors?
Yeah. We're just sweeping the perimeter, so to speak. And I can't stop burping.
Marcus?
So we'll just start from the one at the top of the stairs and work our way.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're starting here.
No, the one right behind me.
No, there's one behind JR.
Oh, right behind you. Okay.
Yeah. Like right where the staircase is.
Doot. So, this room contains a rectangular table surrounded by 8 chairs, an L-shaped cupboard, and a floor-to-ceiling closet pantry. Next to the pantry is a small iron stove.
Do you want to look in that pantry?
You know I want to look in that pantry.
I don't know why, but when you described that, I thought of like The Price is Right. It sounded like a.
That's what I was going for.
Do
That's
do
what I
do
was
do
going
do
for.
do do do
This
do
is
do
a
do.
cabinet set
Do you
contains,
think
yeah.
this stove is higher or lower
Yeah.
than this number?
3 gold.
$3.
Yeah, so I'm gonna check the pantry for, pantry stuff.
Investigation check, please. $14. So you open up the pantry, and this appears to contain several cooking ingredients and just various dried sundry goods, including 2 loaves of bread.
2 whole. What kind of bread?
I mean, we're talking like whole wheat grain
Okay.
kind of situation.
Healthy bread.
2
love that kind of bread.
rolls, 2
I thought you were
loaves
gonna be like,
of
healthy bread.
wheat
Yeah.
bread.
Like I found a weakness.
Got it.
While me and Jananga are sitting in silence.
I was gonna
And
say,
because
do
I'm,
you
I'm like a mom, I'll tell her this is high in fiber. This is really good for you.
Yes,
I was gonna say, do we want to
it's good for you.
we want to pause us there and then see what the other girls
Yeah.
yeah.
jump cut to the rogues.
We're still doing Dexter's lab over here.
I'm like, hide the stuff you don't want Jananga to find.
You Jay
Rogues.
I find everything.
My bad.
That's okay.
I knew who I was thinking about, but then I just said Jananga.
I know, it's two J's.
Many J's.
Jeez.
I have infinite pockets, I'll hide things everywhere.
Alright, so what y'all doing?
I don't know. Is there stuff here?
You guys are pretty much tapped out the top of the balcony. You could join them. Hide. You could either cut through the right or the left. Either one works.
Oh, the birds are still there. I didn't even know.
That's representative of the ravens that I've left kind of.
Yeah. I guess I'll go join them. 'Cause we're done like looking at the little vial, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because you guys have figured out what potion it is.
Okay. And one of us pocketed it, so I guess I'll just go join them.
Okay. So you're both going over?
Yeah, I'll both go.
Coming the long way around this way?
Yeah, I went to the left.
Anything else while we're walking? That I see.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there's these 3 rooms
Oh,
here which
like
you guys
this.
haven't checked out, but
Oh,
gonna
hang
say,
on.
I'm pretty
It's
sure.
all
that-
cramped.
Missing so much.
And then I think Mandy went AFK for a second, so
Oh.
y'all have rejoined. We'll pilot her for a second. What would you do next? There's a room to the right, and then there's the 3 rooms to your left that you haven't investigated yet.
I want to go to the room to the right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's go there.
All right. Boop, boop, boop,
Bedroom.
boop. To the boudoir.
Ooh.
This appears to be the master bedroom. This room contains a 4-poster bed. Its headboard carved in the likeness of a giant raven. A soft black rug covers the floor between the bed and the door. In the corners of the south wall stand 2 slender wardrobes with a tapestry of a church hanging on the wall between them. Beneath the tapestry sits a handsomely carved rocking cradle. To the north, under a window, is a plain desk and chair. Other furnishings include a wooden chest and a freestanding mirror in a wooden frame.
Raven's watching us.
Not in this room, but there is that big old headboard.
That's
So
a nice headboard.
I love the idea of having a giant raven watching us while we're having.
Yep, exactly. You know, that's what you want to have staring back at you.
It could be worse.
Oh.
I don't know. Someone might be tempted to just start cawing. Like,
Still could be worse.
I'm gonna be like Micah in her webcam and go look out the window.
oh, look at Micah.
Cute.
He's like, I hear you guys talking about me. I don't like being looked at. It's fine.
Investigate. See if I can find anything.
You looked out the window?
Yeah, I'm looking out the window.
He's looking out the window. I'm just looking around the room.
Just looking around the room. Okay. You don't see anything outside other than the,
Look like,
ocean of twig blights that have rallied on this point.
yeah.
Amelia, while you've been searching, you look at the desk, and the desk holds what appears to be a manifest and records recording wine shipments for the past century or so. Just thumbing through, that goes really far back. An examination of recent records reveals that all of the shipments are being made to the following locations. BV, which is the Blood of the Vine Tavern in the village of Barovia. BW, which is the Blue Water Inn back in Valaki. A K, which you would assume is for Krezk, the next city. And then there's one that's just marked Vistani.
Like the traveling song?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, it makes sense. They drink.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's where they're getting their one.
The further back in the books you go, in the last few pages, you also find a couple entries that just say S. You're not quite sure what that is, but given that there's only so many places and people, you have there's also the wooden chest, which is locked.
I try to pick it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a lock picking check, which will be a d20, and then plus your yeah, with your thieves tools. Perfect. 15 cracks that lock wide open.
Nice.
Let's see. So inside the chest, you find 50 gold pieces,
Oh,
All them ones today.
350 silver pieces, and 27 more gold pieces because they're using Electrum, and I think Electrum is dumb.
I don't think I'm gonna take it though, cause I was just looking
Who's
for
theirs?
information.
Who's theirs?
I
Okay,
don't think I'm gonna take their money.
that's fair. Go ahead and roll a perception check as well.
Perception. 12.
That is pretty much it.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a general investigation check for the room as well, since you're looking at it pretty closely. Okay. You find... Hold on, I broke it. Secret door!
Ba, ba, ba!
So as you're walking around the room, just kind of tapping on the different stuff, you hear one that is a little hollow, and you kind of feel around, and one of the bricks actually pushes in and allows you to slide the door inward. You do so very slowly, very quietly, and manage to peek into the next room before closing the door. You saw... this is the room that appears to be directly above where the loading dock is. So with the crane and the ropes and everything. This room has a wooden floor with a 10-foot square hole cut into the middle of it. Looming over the hole is a wooden winch. Perched atop it is a man with wild hair, rotted teeth, and skin painted red with blood. He waves a gnarled staff made from a black branch and babbles to himself incoherently.
Okay.
Did he see her?
Nope, did not see her.
Okay.
I shut the door. And I turn around.
So
I think
do
we
we
found
all,
the guy controlling the blights.
so do we all get advantage because we saw him and he didn't see us?
Don't do
So-
combat yet. Don't do combat yet.
Yeah, right now she basically only opened it enough to see what was inside and then
Okay.
closed it. So we haven't initiated combat yet, but he seems like
Right.
he hasn't noticed that you're there. However, given that it's only a 5-foot square for that door, you probably couldn't squeeze more than 1 or 2 people to get a surprise attack on them.
Okay.
If he
That's
hasn't
the
gone-
only
Yeah.
that's the only way into this space
Seems to be.
Hole in the floor.
other than the floor.
I was say from that angle, it was the only one that you saw. However, there were other doors explored yet.
Okay.
You guys want me to assassinate him?
Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah, remember when she hecked up all those what were
The sleeping,
This-
the sleeping
goblins?
or
Yeah,
whatever it
that's
was.
just like were the
I
goblins?
He hasn't
mean,
taken a turn in. If he hasn't taken a, I have advantage rules on any creature that hasn't taken a turn into combat. In addition, if I score against a creature that is surprised, it's a critical hit.
okay.
In other words, she's essentially
Do it.
that one killer dude with the weird mask. Not Jason Voorhees, the other one that walks slow.
Michael Myers?
Thank you. Yes, I was like drawing a blank.
I
Ah.
said
just-
Zorro. I'm guessing.
I love that.
Yes, Zorro, the most feared of all horror movies.
Antonio Banderas.
So you guys want to do that?
Do it.
I'm ready to do it. Can I be right behind her to back her up if like shit gets
If
bad?
something goes wrong.
Also, I don't know
Yeah.
how we got into this
Like,
room, but I just want it to be known Jayos is literally standing on the bed because she doesn't trust underneath of it.
Do you want me to look under the bed for you?
I'm just up. I'm
Hold on.
fine.
Oh my god.
Before she acts, give me just 1 second. So where is that guy standing?
So he's in the next room in the center of the room.
Oh, he's just standing on the
Silver.
ground.
He's standing on top of the
Shit.
winch, the
Okay.
crane
That,
looking
like, I
thing.
guess lowers the barrels down.
Yeah, he's basically
Yeah.
standing on top of it, just kind of perched. So
Okay.
imagine like Spider-Man sitting on top of a
Like
crane.
a bird.
Okay.
He's kind of pulling one of those.
Sneak behind him or no?
You could probably sneak behind him, yeah. You'd have to roll a stealth check. See how sneaky you can be.
Do the sneak.
Oh, come on, stealth. Come on.
There we go. Okay. I'm gonna say, yeah, you sneak in nice and quiet. Druid's preoccupied. He's not paying any attention to you.
Wait. Hmm.
Do it.
Just a dagger at him.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack, and while you do that, I'm gonna look at stuff for assassinate. So
2 daggers or just 1?
you can roll with both, and you get advantage on both. So go ahead and roll twice. Okay.
Calm down.
So-
Jeez.
25,
She is
25 to
assassin.
24.
Keep all political figureheads away.
Yeah.
We've got an assassin on our hands.
Okay. So both of your attacks hit.
Play that Kill Bill music.
Mm.
They're both criticals.
Yes.
I can't
One
whistle.
of them also gets sneak attack. So here's what I need you to roll.
Let's roll that.
You're gonna roll 2 dagger attacks, and we're gonna double the dice on each one. So that is a 4. That's
What the?
let me get my
serious?
calculator out here. Yeah, because
Oh my
it's gonna be a mess.
This is gonna be better than when you were like, I'm gonna
24.
clear
Okay.
this room out, and you just snuck into every room killing those
I didn't
kobolds or
know it
goblins,
worked that
whatever it
way.
was.
I kept asking Adam too. I was like, "Can I keep doing this?" And he's like,
Yeah.
They,
Yes,
they
go.
haven't woken up. Okay,
Play the Kill
now
Bill music in the background.
so now I need you to roll 3d6.
Oh no.
Oh my god, no.
That's okay.
That's okay because there's sneak attack damage, so those also get doubled.
Mhm.
So that's 2, 2, and 4. Okay,
8.
I think I did all of that right.
"Okay."
If I didn't, the internet will let me know. So you deal 26 points of damage as the daggers immediately sink into his shoulder blades from behind, and he almost loses his balance, falling forward. It's really close. I need you to go ahead and roll initiative, just you.
Okay. Hold on. I have like everything minimized.
Okay. Whew. You get to go first. What would you like to do?
Can I run up to him and take my daggers out of his back and then use them again?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
I'm a
So-
wild animal.
You just sprint and parkour up on top of the crane, just yanking your daggers out.
Does she
and
do a
instead of, like,
flip?
instead of making second attacks, you just grab them and just go pulling down on them, and then pull backwards.
You went Viking on him. What the hell?
Oh,
How do you want to do this?
wow!
Like,
He
you
had-
just killed him?
He had 1 hit point left, so like
I mean, that's
so
GG, easy clap. Jayas is still standing on a bed, terrified of a doll. Amelia's hecking this guy up.
Bounce on the
Yeah,
bed.
no, that's going on. Like, we're oblivious, so I'm just like, there's nothing under here. There's nothing-
yeah,
there's
you just
nothing in bed.
hear from the next room,
They're like thumping.
quiet, quiet, quiet. Ah, thump.
Shink, shink, thump.
That's all you hear.
Ah! I like the Wilhelm scream.
But none of us even flinch because we're used to it.
Yeah. What was that? Oh.
This is awesome.
So
Thing.
yeah,
Yeah, this is awesome.
go ahead and tell me how it goes down. How does Amelia do this?
So I threw him in first, right?
Like a boss.
Yep.
I'm like running and like I jump on the thing and I try to like balance and run up too.
Uh-huh.
That, like you said, I drag him down and then like basically dying. So I just like pull him over to the side and like push him off, like so he doesn't fall in the hole.
Okay. So you push
Oh.
his body off to the side so it doesn't go down into the.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm like,
So-
bitch.
So as you basically move him with your daggers and go shink over here and pull them out, his body tumbles forward. The black staff kind of clatters to the ground next to him, and you just look down and go, "Bitch."
And hearing the slight commotion, I'm gonna look at the other girls and be like,
Yeah.
well, I think she's gonna be in a good mood now.
Yeah.
Can I check him now? I want to check his dead body for stuff.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, first and foremost, he's got this big black gnarled staff that is
Oh, yeah, I
definitely
mean-
Golf is
a
sti-
golden staff.
Yes.
I don't know. How do I break
Hold
that?
on.
I don't think I have anything.
was
I
gonna say,
can
before you
burn
break
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe call E out to burn it.
I'm gonna check his stuff first before I call you guys in.
Yeah.
So before you do, here's
Yeah.
the link for it.
You little badass.
So that's what it can do.
You did this on your own.
What?
So before you decide to break it, check it out, see what it does.
Let me spell- Hold on.
Oh god, are you gonna be able to control twig lights?
I can. I don't know. Let me
Oh,
copy this link. Copy it. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Guys.
Like I was gonna say, I can also read it out and
can so E knows this, right?
mhm.
Okay, like what this Golfus staff could do.
Kind of.
Oh,
So
I see.
you are familiar with it because you have seen the Golfus tree before.
Oh shit.
So you're familiar with the Golfus tree, and you guys had harvested the ashes from it. So
Right.
you're aware of how a Golfus tree becomes what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you've never actually seen a staff that's been imbued with its power before.
Damn. Like, yeah, these trees weren't even like supposed to be a thing, right?
They were. So the Golfus tree grows from where a vampire was staked through the heart, and that wood basically becomes twisted and dark and grows into this unnatural entity that then is infused with arcane magic, essentially.
Oh my god. What is this thing that we have?
I say keep. Well, I mean, I'm not there, but I say keep it.
Holy shit.
This info I'm reading, though, I don't know if I want to break it now.
That's I'm reading too. So it's the only
Power always comes at a price.
the only way to get rid of the blights is to break it or burn it. Is that what I'm reading right?
Seems
Yeah,
like
if
it.
it's broken or burned to ashes, the wood itself will release a terrible inhuman scream that will be heard out to a range of 300 feet, and all blights that hear it will immediately wither and die.
So that doesn't. So that's what I'm saying. If we don't break
if we
or burn
break
it,
it now, all of them die.
but if we don't, none
Right.
of them die.
Make
Yeah,
it
Well,
less-
the- So the other affix on that item, so there's
Well,
Vampiric
there's-
Strike.
Mm-hmm.
There's something
Which-
called Blightbane,
hmm
and if you're attuned to the staff, blights and other evil plant creatures don't regard you as a hostile unless you harm them. So if Amelia's wielding it and we are with her, they will not harm us if she's attuned to the
I
staff.
think they won't harm her. I don't think it means us.
Well, I feel like if we're with her and we're around her, they might not harm us.
It is a bane. They're essentially afraid of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, well, yeah, I don't think we're gonna break this, guys.
have
Yeah,
have you
they
brought it
help
out
us
to
out,
us?
I mean-
Like, do we even know you
I
have
was
it at
gonna
this
say-
point? We're still in the other
You
room.
guys- don't
You
even
guys
know
don't
it.
even know that she has
Yeah.
it. Amelia basically has it to herself right
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how to use magic stuff, right? But I like the whole Bane.
You know somebody who does.
What does he have? Give me.
Okay. Are you going to show it to us?
Maybe. Who knows? They're going through his dead body now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, did you find anything else?
All right, let's see what else you find. Random treasure table. Yeah. What was the CR? I don't even know.
So at this point, have we moved into the room with her? I imagine, or like,
I think we're still checking under the bed for you.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say y'all are still checking under things. I am just moving a little bit slower than
Yeah.
I usually do.
That's
so
okay.
after hearing the noise, I'm gonna move into the room, with Amelia, to see like what's up.
Okay.
And then me and E are just gonna look at each other like, here comes another argument.
Because yeah, there might have been something else in here.
Ah! So you find,
We all need those little wooden boxes to roll in.
I know,
Did we all go in there?
Yeah, those like velvet.
17 silver pieces on his body, aside from that, and that's it. So you have the staff, 17 gold pieces, and the girls are about to come in.
Gold or silver? You said silver.
Silver.
Okay. Yeah, I'm keeping the staff.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Are you just holding it when they come in?
We walk in and she's just, none shall pass.
She
I
just
mean, it's a
grows here.
quarterstaff. It's huge.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not something that you can easily hide.
And she's tiny.
That's also true.
The guy wielding it was pretty big, wasn't he?
He's pretty dead
Yeah,
right
he-
now.
He was tiny.
Same height I am.
I was just saying,
Okay.
because I'm still trying to figure out who these clothes belong to.
Excuse me.
Does E have an idea of what this staff is?
Yes, you are definitely familiar with. You're definitely familiar with the darkness of the Gulthus tree, having been so close
Okay.
to one before.
I'm immediately going to suggest that we destroy it because it's evil.
We can use it to our advantage.
I don't think so. No evil will ever give you good in return. You might think that it's a useful weapon, but I'm telling you, it's evil. And there are going to be consequences because it's evil magic. Use it if you choose, but I'm telling you, if you choose to use it, there are consequences that are going to be tied to this. And she's just going to leave it at that. She doesn't want to fight.
Well, if we don't destroy it right away, it doesn't mean we're going to use it right away either. We could just hold on to it for a while.
I gotta attune to it.
Yeah, you still have to attune to that.
Attune to it, even though I'm not a wizard or any magic user.
Yeah, how would she do that?
So
I'll
attuning
figure
to an
that out.
item only requires that you basically
Bleed onto it?
no take a short rest with it and kind of focus on
Oh.
Oh,
meditating with it. So 30 minutes of downtime and you and the staff become bonded.
Would she know how to do that?
Well, I would think so.
Yeah,
Ilaria does
it's-
some magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just a magic item. So you,
Okay.
as part of your training, kind of have a journal under.
I have a quick
Okay.
question. If she
Yes.
attuned herself to it, we use it to do what we wanted to do with it, but then we're like, we don't have a use for it anymore, and then we destroy it. Does that cause harm to her in any way?
You don't know. Magic items can be weird like
Hmm.
that.
Dun dun
I
dun.
hate thinking that way.
He said her piece about it, but she wants nothing to do with
Hmm.
it.
One, two, three.
Should we explore around any else?
Yeah, I think we
Any-
should.
anywhere
Yeah,
else?
because we still.
Let's do more. Yeah, let's do more exploring.
Sorry, I was still reading
Mhm.
that little bit.
Do anything.
We
yeah.
have to see if any of the crystals are still here and what
Yeah.
else.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We also have to rid this place of any other of these like weird hippy dippy people so that we can save the winery.
Well, if you let me attune to it, I can make sure
Right.
they can.
Oh, that's what I was
not
looking.
bother.
How when we take a short rest,
Do you-
we gain back HP, right?
You can regain hit dice. Yes.
Oh, we could regain hit dice. So why
Yeah,
don't
you basically roll for your hit dice?
If you take a long rest,
Then- alright,
you're
so-
fully regained.
if we can take a short rest so she could attune to it, if I can use a hit dice, because I'm the only one I think that took.
You and E got hit.
Yeah. And then anything else we can.
'Tis but a scratch.
Mine is too,
Not
but
a flesh wound.
anything.
But yeah, you guys could take a rest and
What?
attune to the staff as well as roll some hit die. And
A hit die is what? 6?
it's different per each person. So what you can do is on D&D Beyond, if you
Okay.
click on short rest, it'll actually tell you like what die to roll and how many of them.
I know I have that open in
you
one
can
of these
mark off how many.
One of these tabs.
Yeah. So like I marked off when you did your luck point.
Yeah, I
and
did
If you
too.
click on short rest, you'll see that you can actually do. Blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So we're gonna take a short rest. Anybody who wants to roll hit dice, go ahead and roll hit dice.
1,
Amelia,
I'm just
you're
gonna-
taking the time to focus on the staff, right?
2d10.
I probably still have some fruit left from breakfast, so I'm just gonna sit there and eat.
Okay. Let's say you all kind of pile back into the bedroom,
Yeah,
get comfy, barricade yourself in.
yeah. I'm just sitting on one of the desks.
Alright. So I gain back my goods. And I'm gonna take out one of the wheat rolls and I'm gonna eat that as a snack.
Okay.
And E is proud because you're eating healthy bread.
Yeah. And okay, and my luck points I don't get back until a long rest.
Mom's not proud of me. Mom thinks I'm the rebel child.
There's always one.
There can be
It's
only
okay,
one.
you're young. Oh, I was rolling my hit
Oh,
die.
your hit die.
Yeah.
Well, I think you could just take 4 too, can't you? Or
I can take
no.
5. So I was looking to see what was greater, and I'm gonna take the 5.
Yay!
Oh, oops. Okay. Okie doke. Mandy, it's 7:30.
Yeah, I already posted it in the chat. I guess you didn't see. We're good.
No. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So you all take your short
Yes.
rest. Yeah, there's no adverse effects from attuning to the staff. You don't hear like any whispers or anything like that. But you do kind of want to try it out. You want to hit something. So you suggest going to find something to hit.
Yeah.
Where would y'all like to go?
Alright, so these are what all are these doors or windows to the side?
North of where you are, those are windows.
And then
Or are you talking? So those are also windows.
okay.
Going directly south from you is a spiral staircase that goes downward.
Okay. So let's go See, because I was in the potty, I'm trying to even figure out where we were. We came in through the door to the bedroom, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to check then these doors.
Okay. This takes you back out to the balcony.
Okay. I don't know how we got there.
Um,
All right.
Oh, you came in from, so here's the kitchen.
Okay.
Kitchen to bedroom.
Balcony. Okay.
Bedroom to crane room.
That's pretty
You're
efficient.
kinda
Kitchen
bedroom.
to bedroom.
Yeah, that sounds
I
perfect.
like that. I like that.
And then that's a hallway.
And with the wine loading dock, right?
Yeah, I mean, I might be
Stop
moving
staring
in.
at me.
All right, then I'll go south to the next door.
Okay. That takes you out to the balcony on the other side. Again,
Just kidding.
that weird. I don't know what they were doing here with the balcony thing. So
I gotcha. All right, then we'll keep going down the hallway.
Go
I imagine Jayos is literally throwing doors open like, no, 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 not this one. So we'll go down here then.
down the spiral staircase. Okay. Let me line everybody up. We're gonna move you all at once. It's gonna be great. Okay, so this turret has a sloping wooden floor that spirals from the upper levels all the way downward. As you continue to go down, you bypass the first floor and then continue on all the way down to the cellar. So hold on. I gotta drag y'all down there.
Remember the last time we took a spiral staircase to the cellar?
That was
Everyone
not
was
What's
fine.
this sacrificial place? What
It
is
worked
this?
out great. Everything was okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
We wasted our tree coin, but it helped.
Oops.
Don't tell me I wasted my great idea.
No, but I mean, like,
I was gonna say, are you talking about when we jumped out the balcony? Because I think that was the
Yeah.
best
no, 'cause I
escape.
liked that part.
I held everything
Yeah,
off.
that
You
was
yelled at me.
exciting.
You're like, get your sword!
This, by the way, is the conversation taking place as we're like going down the spiral staircase, being super stealthy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, remember that time we were like escaping from that mansion like a week ago?
Sorry, who it's all blessing, so you guys could actually like survive that joke. Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Nate.
yes,
Yeah.
that was my favorite part, 'cause
But
I
if
was
you
like, that was
remember,
cool,
you
so I
didn't
forgot
bless
about
me
it.
because I was holding back all the like thorny monster things. And I was like, no, you guys save yourself. And then you were like, you floated down and I had to jump and then there was an explosion.
No.
So,
We're in this cellar now.
We turned
Yeah,
into an
so-
action movie.
as you're all wandering down, what is the marching order? Who's first? Who's second?
I'll be
third, fourth?
first. I'll be first. Or I think Jayaz was.
Yeah, even though I should be in the rear, I'm always like forging ahead.
Okay. So Jayaz is first. Who's second?
Me.
E. Okay.
I guess me next, and then
Okay.
Amelia.
Cool. Move everybody over one. Okay. So,
Oh,
as you
keep
all
turning
descend
yourself.
into the wine cellar, you're all talking to each other about past adventures. The wooden pillars and beams that support this 10-foot high ceiling of this ice-cold cellar, which is split in two by a 5-foot thick brick wall, which is right
Say
here.
that 5 times fast.
5 foot thick brick roll.
A thin mist covers the floor. Each half of the cellar features an 8-foot tall wooden partition that doubles as a wine rack.
Ooh.
The western wine rack stands empty, but the eastern one is half filled with wine bottles. You guys are in front of the eastern one. As you approach and come downstairs, something moves behind the eastern wine. Through the holes, you glimpse about half a dozen humanoid figures, one with a full rack of antlers. You hear a gravelly voice mutter the incantation to a spell. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
When you said thin mist, I thought you said thin mints covered the floor.
Oh, now I'm hungry.
Constitution, you said?
Constitution
please.
saving throw.
And I always have to double check. What is it that... Oh, charming. Okay. Same as being charmed. or
Yeah.
magic. Okay. I have that special one that I can never remember what it is.
Because you're a half elf.
Okay, so
Do I have
mhm,
whatever it is for that? Hold on. I don't think so.
advantage? No.
No, I don't.
Yeah, so Amelia and Jayaz both save. Janaga and E, you both take full damage. So the druid before you casts a thunder wave spell, which not only sends the entire wine rack in front of you just bursting, all 14 of the wine bottles just go and are completely shattered, and wine just falls towards you. But
That sounds
Janaga and E are both actually knocked back against the wall.
Goodbye.
My D8's at 1. There's 2. Okay. All right. So, oh geez. Sorry.
Oh geez, I hope is bad
Thanks.
for you.
Nope.
sorry afterwards. I don't think that's bad for him.
Okay. So Janaga and E both suffer 14 points of thunder damage, like sonic damage, and Jayaz and Amelia both suffer 7 points.
Mm.
Cool.
I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
I am currently adjusting my hit points.
Initiative.
Initiative.
I'm ready for that.
Oh snap!
Roll.
Oh hey.
You miss Popula.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So many windows.
I know that's when you said about D&D Beyond. I was like, I know I have it in a tab somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Amelia, I need a from you, please.
Didn't I? No.
Okay. Donka. All right, Janaga, you are up first. What would you like to do?
I would like to use a potion real quick.
You use your bonus action to pop the cork and chug.
Yes.
Go ahead and heal yourself for the determined amount that we said healing potions give you.
What was that? How long has it been since I used a healing?
I know. I'm pulling up right now.
Because we're not used to having potions.
Yeah, I
It
know.
is 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, hang on 1 second. So there's 1, 2. So 8. Okay.
8 hit points back.
Yay.
And then what else would you like to do?
I want to fuck one of them up.
Fuck move.
Okay.
I can't use Hellish Rebuke because I think we have to already be.
Yeah,
involved
that's
to
when you
use
get
that.
hit.
Yeah, but even though he hit me,
Oh.
we didn't roll initiative yet, so I don't think it works. So I'm gonna use my short bow
Okay.
on. Who would I be able to hit? Whatever one's closest to me. I'll hit.
I'm sorry. Did you say how
Okay.
many there were, or we can't tell?
So there are what 5? You can count out 5 needle blights between the shells.
Okay.
However, they all
Yeah.
jerking back from you and do not make any attempt to advance.
I wonder why.
You
So are
hit me.
you
I'm hitting you back. I don't care.
okay? So you take a shot at the druid. Go ahead and
Yes.
that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll
8.
8 points of piercing. It manages to sail through the wine rack and punctures him right in his abdomen. It sinks in pretty deep. He snaps the arrow off at the base, though.
I'm proud of
It-
myself. I don't care. You hit me.
It is now Jayaz's turn.
All right. So I think I want to cast Barkskin on me. I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
I'm gonna play their own game. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I know how to.
Okay. Casting time on bark skin is 1 action.
Yes.
So you take it, you go, and your body starts to pull together. Actually, I like doing this. We're gonna do this.
Oh.
So you reach into a spell component pouch
Yeah.
that you have, and pull forth a small
Mhm.
handful of oak bark that you then like touch together on your forearms and pull back, and it is stayed in place and has now started to spread and expand in panels across your body, filling out an entire armor set of like bark across your body.
And this is going to be the first time that the girls have seen it, so I want it to look really
Mhm.
impressive.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
You're one of them.
Or do I still get a bonus action?
You do get a bonus.
All right,
action.
so
What do you want to do?
can I use my extra attack bonus action even though I didn't attack?
No, you would have to take an
Okay.
attack action to get the attack bonus action.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hold steady.
Okay. Did you want to reposition, or you go?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with where I am.
Okay. It is the druid's turn,
Where you at, babe?
and the druid.
That is so confusing.
Let's see. Have. Here we go. He is going to cast bark skin on himself. So he saw that and goes, I can do that. too."
Mimicked you.
He casts bark skin on himself. He's kind of wedged in where he is though, and around him. E, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm wearing the cloak of protection already. So I was just trying to make sure what that does. It gives me +1 magic and some kind of a protection, but it adds
It's
1 to my
within
armor
or
class.
protection?
So I'm actually, instead of 15, my AC, sorry, that's my AC, so never mind, that's all it is. And
Okay.
saving throws are +1. So my AC is actually 16 instead of 15. I forgot. I thought it might be something else. I was hopeful. Okay, anyway, there that is. I'm gonna cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
And so there are now 3 more of me.
Mhm.
And can I do something else?
Let's see. That is 1 action.
It's not, yeah.
So yeah,
it's
you still
one-
have your bonus action if you would like.
Okay, yeah. I would also like to cast Tidal Wave.
Ooh.
It's 4d8 bludgeoning damage.
Let me see. What's the cast time on Tidal Wave?
It's instantaneous. It's 1
Uh,
action.
Okay, so you used your action to cast Mirror Image
Okay.
already. So you only have 1 action, but if you have something that's the bonus action,
That
you can
says
do
bonus
that.
action?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Otherwise, you could totally do this next round.
Okay, I have no idea if I have any bonus actions. So just skip me and go on.
Okay, sounds like we're good. Amelia, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Going to walk this way 10 feet. And since I have the staff,
Ooh.
to which lights and other evil plant creatures don't regard you as hostile unless you harm them. And I haven't
Yep.
harmed them.
You are correct.
So, can I walk past them and get to the druid dude?
Sure.
Ah.
I'm going to walk
Stop,
past
dude.
him, get to the druid dude, and then I'm going to dagger.
All right. Let's go ahead and make your 2 attacks.
She's found her rhythm.
16 and 18 both hit, so it takes the full, what is that, 11 points of damage? Yeah.
Mhm.
So
No.
he suffers 11 points as your daggers sink into his midsection. He starts to cover up with the bark, but you still go pierce through and manage to break through that outer shell. And as you pull the blades back, you do see that they're dripping with crimson blood. You've managed to find their mark just fine. Janaga, it is your turn again.
Kind of like where I am. I'm just gonna keep using my short bow. That's working for me right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Really don't want to go around the corner. 19, alright.
19 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. 5 piercing. All right, so you managed to line up again, narrowly shooting through the wine rack, connecting with his other shoulder, and the bolt sinks in and damages his opposite. You can see he's in a rough kind of way here. Jayaz, you're up. What would you like to do?
Alright, so now that I'm all armored up, I'm also gonna just shoot at him because that's what we do here in this family.
We're protected by the wine rack in a way.
In a way.
So,
It's like a shield
I
wall.
feel like my mouse is moving slower. Boop, 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 boop. Lego,
Did you
yes.
accidentally lowered your DPI?
No, maybe I'm just not used to it.
10. So you try to shoot through the rack. However, given the tight space and that you're drawing a longer, your arrow actually manages to wedge itself right into the wine rack on your side. You can take a second shot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ah! Bonus actions. Bonus actions. Much better attack.
There you
Much
go.
better attack.
As a way better.
Shink.
And I mean, technically speaking, you also have your horde, your
Horde
fighting the
breaker.
horde ability or whatever it is. Horde
Oh
breaker.
yeah, so I
So
can
if you wanted to take, if you want to take a bonus action on one of the needle blades, you can.
yeah.
They're my friends.
Yeah.
Don't hurt my
Don't worry.
friends.
They're still your friends. Go
They're
ahead and
your
roll your
friends,
attack.
not technically ours. Like I think we'd have to prove that we're your friends.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know how
Well,
this works.
good news is that second attack doesn't connect anyway.
Yes.
Don't hurt my friends.
It does sink 7 points into the druid. The druid is very, very, very sad right now.
Oh well.
Actually going to, because he can't really move, he's going to lay hands on himself and cast Cure Wounds,
No.
which is going to be... Eight points of health back to him. And E, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast. Well, I don't know. Okay. Is there anybody else in front of me other than my mirror images?
Just your guys.
Amelia's there.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
on that side of the wine rack.
Okay, so. Okay. Okay. So the real E is gonna move up and situate herself like in between these two.
Okay.
That way she's within the space to do this.
Mhm.
And shoot, I don't know, actually.
Well,
There's so many
Amelia's, like,
things
off
I
to the
there's
right.
so many things I can do. Hold on, let me check something. There's just so many things I can do, you guys, and I'm just trying to make sure.
Yep.
It's okay.
Because I have a lot more powerful spells now.
I know, that sounds like,
Believe it or
ooh.
not,
That's
one
a
of my
good
most
thing.
powerful is still a cantrip. As crazy as that sounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still gonna cast Tidal Wave. It's 4d8.
Yeah, and you can also shape it, so you can shape it around.
Yeah. So I want to
Oh, like
focus
my
it all
Denali,
on all the enemies. So
Okay. So, out of nowhere, you basically just kind of call up this massive wave of water that just and comes crashing down on top of basically this entire section here.
Mm-hmm.
It is a dexterity 14 saving throw. Okay. 4, 5, 6.
Ignore that. My finger slipped. It doesn't count.
It's okay.
Do that all the time. I'm like, oh, it slipped.
Not a single one of them saves. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I count the other one. Dang it. That's not that good.
Let's see, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Honestly, they're all not that strong. The needle blades had exactly 11 hit points.
Oh, I didn't realize they were needle blights. I thought or druids.
Nope.
No,
Okay.
just the guy in the middle.
With that said, though, he had also healed himself to exactly 11 hit points.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Go ahead and describe this devastation you're about to lay down in front of you.
So similarly to how the poof has gotten more and more menacing,
Mhm.
because I'm able to shape it how I want. This wave initially looks like a regular wave, but as it comes at you, it's kind of like a more evil looking sand mummy mouth.
I was gonna say, is this
Ooh.
like the mummy where it's like raw?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
It's like,
even
raw.
more evil looking and terrifying.
Oh
And
my god.
E just like throws her hand up and then slams it down and like just decimates them. Because she's like hates this nasty evil druid crap.
Yes.
Oh, I love-
So as you do this, all of the needle blights over here and the druid tossed amongst the waves and thrown very forcefully against the wall behind them. Their bodies are just kind of racked, and the druid himself hits the wall and contorts in a way that a human neck should not be able to bend. The blights themselves all appear to shatter and break in various pieces, and bits of them come crumbling to the ground and come to rest, just soaking.
And
And she just stares him in the eye because he knows the evil and she knows the evil that he's been dealing in. She's just like, you brought this on yourself. Oh yeah, she even says that you brought this on yourself.
She even says that.
Anyways,
God.
so yeah, he did. He quite did.
But the bottles of wine are okay. Or no, these were the ones that shattered, right?
Fine.
So there
No.
were hold on. There's specific instructions for this.
There's gonna be just one hanging there and you take it down like it's a baby. I'm gonna protect you.
Okay, so
I'm
there are
reaching
still
over.
10 bottles of wine that have not been.
Okay.
Are you taking those 10?
No,
Which
we're not taking. I'm just accounting for them. I feel like I'll break them. We know I'll break them.
I was gonna say 4 of which are the Dragon Crush,
4.
and the remaining 6 are the Purple Grape Mash number 3.
Okay. Number 3.
This is something she will actually keep track of.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the first time I'm
One
taking
thing.
notes.
Amelia's keeping track of all the money and all that. You're keeping.
Track of the wine.
All right. So can we search his body now?
Sure.
Yeah.
How does the tidal wave work? Like, is everything wet now, or is it like a magic?
It dissipates pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's magical. They're wet, but
Yeah.
then it basically
It
super
dries up.
evaporates.
But we're not
into
like
the
wading in
water.
water.
No.
I mean, your feet are wet,
But okay.
but it's not still there.
Yeah,
It's
it probably basically touched the bottom of your boots, but it's not
Gotcha.
gonna cause any real
Yeah,
lasting
there might be
damage.
like some puddles here and there.
You would have already dried off in a matter of
Gotcha. All right, then check the body.
You loot the body and find
Ritual dagger.
Pay for effort,
I
though.
tried.
I'm gonna turn on my light real quick. The sun.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing. I was like, it suddenly was getting real dark.
Sun's getting real low, big guy. This guy was poor. He only had 20 copper pieces on him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was in the cellar.
See, it's no line of work for anyone. It does not pay off.
Nope.
You're convincing us? I don't think we're going to do that, but okay.
All right.
We're not druids.
You're holding one of the bad things.
Hey, Copper.
I'm just gonna let it go. Just gonna let it go.
Then
You
let's.
want me to keep track of this money? You just tell me how much it is.
Oh, it was,
Copper?
yeah, it was 20 copper.
That was it.
He a broke ass.
That's why he's in the cellar.
Yeah, that's why he's down there.
All right, then let's keep moving on. We got.
We got rid
I'm gonna keep my mirror images out.
Okay. Your mirror images continue to last for about a minute before they start.
Okay.
And let's.
Okay. Then they're gone.
Oh, and I can keep my bark skin for up to an hour.
Yep.
Cool. So I'm still gravy. And I guess, is this just like a corridor or something? There is no doors over there, right?
Not there yet.
I'll walk around and see.
Yeah, let's just keep on up the
Same, I
hallway.
guess I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and explore. Take a look around. Are you checking out the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we do
Alright.
perception?
I was gonna say I'm gonna take 2 people to roll an investigation check. You can decide who.
I'm proficient in it. So I vote me.
I'll do an investigation check too.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Shit.
There you go.
I'm proficient in it, I said.
Okay. As you kind of walk by that center, you feel it get ice cold as you're kind of walking, and you touch the wall, and it's freezing.
Ooh.
You manage to kind of shake it a bit, and the door is kind of frozen in place almost, but it does push open. And since you have dark vision, it takes some effort to push open the secret door, and you're greeted by a blast of cold air.
It's the
a
wine killer.
I was
dark
like,
tunnel stretches.
this is where they make the ice wine.
It's Calcitric. Found this, guys.
Oh, you came in.
That's you right there.
This is her new job.
So this hall is small enough that only one person can really squeeze in at a time. This dark tunnel stretches for 15 feet, ending in an archway beyond which lies a shallow cave. Along the sides of this hallway, the further down you go, are patches of brown mold.
Ooh. Tasty.
Hmm.
I'm gonna keep going a little further, but very cautiously. Like, I know this is maybe probably just like the spring or something where they get the water, but I just want to check.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check to move forward through the mold.
Okay. Hold on. So many times. Acrobatics, you said?
Yeah.
Always you.
Okay. Can I ask you to make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage?
I mean, do you really have to do disadvantage? Because you know it will be bad anyway.
Good enough. As you get closer to try and go down the hall, your hand kind of brushes the wall,
Mhm.
and as it touches the brown mold, you can feel the heat being literally sucked from your body.
Oh.
You suffer 11 points of
Oh!
cold damage immediately.
Oh boy. Okay.
And you pull your hands back as the tips of your fingers have almost started to turn black from frostbite just from touching it.
Oh, it's always you.
All right.
Come to me, I will heal you.
So you said 11 points.
Mm-hmm.
She probably runs back.
I run back and I'm like, ah!
I need your help.
Burn it all.
Because it's the freezer for them. Don't destroy
Yeah.
their home. Because you got frostbite.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna run to E with my hand.
Okay, can I
Fuck.
can I cast Cure Wounds on her?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. So who rolls?
You rolled for the healing dice.
1d8 plus 3. So 5.
5 hit points.
Oof.
You can cast it at a higher
What's
level
that?
too if you want.
That's okay. Well, actually, maybe I will do 2. How many hit points do you have left?
Your leg right now crying.
I'm at like a third of my HP.
So casting it at second level would be 2d8.
Okay, so I'll do another d. So you get 6
Not that
points.
much.
Woo!
2d8 plus 3. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So it'd be,
Six.
yep, 6 hit points.
Awesome.
I'm sorry.
So having had that experience and now seeing the wine cellar and the thin layer of mist that was kind of hanging over the ground, you kind of get the feeling that this mold was formed because it creates a naturally refrigerating environment
Right.
underground. But it's definitely not to be fucked with.
This is where they make the ice wine, I'll just say again. Alright, so we want to continue in this room.
That's what I was gonna do, and then you went out there.
Oh, I just wanted to check.
So looking around in this room, you find another 3 barrels of grape mash number 3 against the wall.
Yay.
The 10 bottles that we already discussed, and 3 exit ways. There's stairs to the left that go up in a spiral. There's the ramp that you came up, which is probably how they got the barrels up or down. And then directly behind Amelia appears to be a door.
That door.
Okay. We still haven't found that gem.
Yeah, that's...
I'm gonna go to the door.
The gem may not be here anymore.
Oh. Guys, I think the gem might not be here anymore.
a voice is telling me.
I've just got an inkling, a feeling about it.
Plot twist. Davian had it all along.
If only there were still some druids alive that maybe we could have asked.
Oh.
Oh,
Was that an
man.
option?
Everything's an option in D&D.
Damn it.
I said the assassin out first. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man. Well, Jayas is
Kept that one alive.
even with the healing, she's still hurting like really bad. So we might want to take another rest here before we continue through.
I don't really care.
I will go with Amelia through the door. We'll just
Oh,
go
have
through
to.
it.
So you go through the door and you see that it is, in fact, a set of stairs that does appear to lead back up.
Okay.
Boring.
Yeah, I figured it was.
Fine. Dumb stairs.
Steps are the worst.
Horrible. Hate them.
This place is nothing but stairs and.
Cut them all. Maybe.
Do you guys go up the stairs?
The stairs I came down, not the other ones.
Okay, so you go up the ramp.
Yes.
Does everyone go up the ramp?
Okay. Jayas is gonna like kick the dirt like I wanted to take a rest. But she's gonna follow them.
Just took her ass. Stop being lazy.
Not lazy, I'm just broken.
Don't make you
I
straight.
didn't get my wine.
So so some people are going up the ramp or everyone's going?
I'm just following E.
Yeah.
I'll go up the ramp.
Yeah, I guess I'll go up there too. I'm assuming it's just
I feel like the stairs will lead to something we've probably already been to.
Okay, so we all take you back up. So you go back up to the first story where the ramp lets out, which coincidentally is the hallway that you started in.
What?
Full circle.
I lost it again. Gotta pull out the.
Well, we can go outside now. The tree blades won't hurt us.
This is true.
Or hurt me. I'm going outside.
Okay. So you step out the front door,
Yeah.
and the sea of twig blights that is still assailing the winery all stop for a moment. Those that are nearby you and see you shirk back away from the Gulfist staff, basically, and clear a path for you to exit.
I imagine it's like parting of the Red Sea. Just like
Yeah.
Yep.
Parting of the twigs.
parting of the Twig Sea.
I'm not like holding the staff. The staff's on my back. I don't really want to hold it. I don't care. I like shoo them away. Will they go away if I shoot?
I was gonna say, can you like lead them
Yeah.
away or like tell them where to go?
They do not listen to you. They are just afraid of you. So they're
Ah.
keeping a berth around you. That's about it.
Shoo, shoo.
Hey,
You're
Call,
gonna make me destroy
call.
this freaking staff, aren't you?
I'm not gonna make you do anything. You can do whatever you.
He's DM.
I hate this. Magical item, guys, and I have to destroy it to save everyone.
Well, I mean, no one's gonna get hurt right now.
Yeah.
This is how character development happens.
Yes.
Conflict.
I mean, they're not gonna hurt
I mean,
us
we
right
could-
now, but
We could also end on that story beat where you basically open up the doors
Yeah.
and there's this sea of blights before you,
and then the Walking Dead music starts. Do, 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 do.
and then we fade to black.
Yes.
I
And then we can
did
pick up next
notice that the dead door something written on the back of these doors.
Oh, don't open,
Don't door.
don't
Something
door
like
open
inside.
inside.
Yeah. Don't dead open door. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Hold the door.
Stupid.
Oh my gosh.
I'm good to finish there for the night.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So we went
Alright.
went longer than we
So they
usually do.
end on that cliffhanger.
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't had a good long session in a long time,
Yeah.
so I'm glad that we get to do this.
So the game plan is that
We almost went 4 hours.
yeah, we will
Wow.
continue to try to stick with this schedule, which if you look down below, I start putting in the dates. It should be every 2 weeks unless something comes up, and then we'll adjust accordingly because we don't want to take another like weird hiatus.
I'll tell you right now. Sunday, May 6th, I won't be here. I'll be in Florida visiting my new baby cousin.
Then we're gonna have to
Oh,
adjust
well,
that
congrats.
accordingly.
Yeah.
So
you could do 2 1-shots for.
well, I mean, I went
everybody
for our
that
main
weekend.
story. I don't want us to go another like 6 to 8 weeks without it, and
Oh.
that's kind of what was happening before. But we'll figure that out. But come back, check the schedule, and we'll try to keep that more updated with what we're doing. You could follow us on Twitter at Lady Gamers Night. We also have a Discord, which there is a button down below for that as well. We don't say a whole lot, but if you want to go there and chit chat, there's some great people that would, you know, it's just a great little community. And whenever somebody does post, we're vocal. Does anybody else have announcements?
Nope,
Uh,
nothing from me.
D and Dad puns.
D and Dad jokes. Yes, follow our Twitter for our D and Dad jokes as provided by Adrian.
10 more. There's
There's
other
other
stuff there,
stuff.
too. I'm not the only one that posts.
I also share things about D&D stuff in general,
Yeah.
books I get excited for. There's 23
One
different
shots.
one-shots being done by different podcasts right now, which I think is going to be amazing. Super excited for those. As you know, I love curating one-shots for our awesome people to run.
Yeah.
So
And I
I
I
love seeing
retweet a
these
lot of
stories.
D&D art that I see. It's kind of my, and that's, I'll do announcements and stuff. But otherwise, I think that's it. I'm gonna throw a host over to one of my Fusion boys, because they're
Oh.
streaming. So
Which one?
I'm gonna send it to Fraggy because he just started.
Aw, like.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's the one that looks like a Viking. I'm guessing because you said Viking.
you'll see in like 2 seconds because I'm gonna host them for us. But yeah. So anybody else before I do this?
nope, go for
All right.
it.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you in a week to 1 to 3 weeks.
Bye.
Eat your baguettes.
Bye. And we're clear.
Yeah.
Oh, he does look like.
Like a Viking, right?
I like him lots.
He's so funny looking. He's all straggly.
Let's
and
go fight
scruffy.
against Steven.
Hey, you shut your mouth. He's not scraggly or whatever you said.
Special deal,
Are
special
you
deal.
seeing him right now?
I
Deal
know.
with backline.
They had a
Good times.
barbecue.
Special point.